the Linky Loos, as they're known by me and precisely no one else.
Return as player.
Or return as player.
Horrible. You should feel bad.
That's my secret. I always feel bad.
Yeah, same. We are depressed.
Correct.
God, I love this song. This is Change Stars, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. God, Cole's a genius. This is such a vibey song. It's exactly what we needed for this game. Like, this is the perfect anthem.
I'm back. I know I disappeared at the opportunist of times.
Feel alive.
I heard.
Mm-hmm. So you actually had disappeared at the best of times. It meant that our viewers got to go a whole minute without hearing you.
I mean, I like to give the viewers what they want, and if my Twitch inbox is anything to go by, they want less me.
Amazing.
That's actually just 5 separate of my sock puppet accounts.
Is that why they were named James 1, James 2, James 3, James 4, and James 5? I thought they were just big fans of historic English nobility and hypothetical future English nobility.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, someday James V will rule. And
or not.
maybe get kicked off the
That's a
throne.
bold assumption, thinking that the queen is ever going to die.
Well, I also think there's a decent chance that they'll just never do a 5th James. They might just
Yeah, I mean,
start
probably.
style names at some point, or the English monarchy.
I mean, we're still getting
exist.
Williams.
Yeah,
but
but
I mean,
I'm
that's
expecting.
successful.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple hundred years names change a lot. Like what names are in vogue go out, and they stray away from the historical English nobility names that have been in.
Indeed.
Oh, God.
I mean, they might not. They
I
might cling
mean-
on to them for stubborn tradition, but who knows?
Yeah, I kind of hope they stick with conservatism, at least in names. Like, not that I necessarily believe the stifling institution should remain to oppress the individual members of its family. Like, Harry and Meghan deserve better,
Hey, Q Prime.
but we don't really need the next prince or princess of Wales to be named Unique or Kitty or
Oh God, I hope.
any of
Imagine
those weird things.
presenting Princess Titty of Wales.
Nah, come on.
Not what I said.
So, gamers.
Oh, that's not what you said.
I heard that.
Kitty.
Madeline.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Max, think lower.
No, I mean Richard.
Oh.
Richard, yeah. Also,
I mean, I'm
on the low.
once again still a fan.
So here we are, gamers, on the icy world of Orbulos. On one side of the massive ice lakes that dominate its western hemisphere is Hale Harbor, where centuries ago humans seeking freedom fled the human empire and were roundly found by the newsguy who considers this their summer home. Their descendants are now the underlings of the terrible cult it founded, and for many generations, foot soldiers in a war with the very lost Marai Hive on the far side of the lakes. Now, however, for the past few decades, an uneasy truce, known as the Peace of the Orb, has held. And the Orbentologists look...
Whatever I call it.
The Marai don't shoot down things coming in over their airspace anymore unless they start a problem, is what the Marai call it. the Marai call it, we don't just shoot down everything now. Whatever that pheromone is. They told the Vorworms, down, girl, down. Soon. But yes, not many people have access to the Hive, although some of the people who we are about to follow the story of might know a lot more about Deep Resilience's positions. hive deep resilience, named after the present queen, is, of course, far from Mirai space, on the wrong side of the frontier from Mirai space. But her hive persists nonetheless after a turbulent initial encounter with others on her rightful planet. Well, several generations, a generation or two of queens has gone by. But now, we zoom in from all this to consider a much closer view. On the port of Hale Harbor, Hive, indeed, old buddy. In a place with a much different backing track. The Steam Dungeons.
Bless you.
For a variety of reasons, our protagonists find themselves locked in about ankle-deep waters, with steam hissing up around them, as the many legs of their orbus galore clicker and clacker by outside. They've all found themselves in the same cell, and some of them are catching up after a Trinity expedition was overtaken by pirates. Some of them found their way to the planet they were going to anyway, under less than ideal circumstances. The mission to extend a formal invitation for the Hive to join the Trinity is now in shallow waters and hot air. So, you have to take this top left as I see it. Chu, why don't you tell us about yourself and your full name?
Why don't you tell them about Chu self?
Well,
See,
Chu's full name is not pronounceable by a human mouth. It involves clapping and rubbing of multiple arms at the same time. He just goes by Chu because that's the closest, or when people with normal mouths are around, because that's the closest vocal cords can come. It's the center of his name. Or their name. They're a new squy from deep in New Squy space who has been wandering around this frontier of late to, make friends with other new squy, and make sure those new squy are good friends and succeed. That are good friends succeed, and those new squy who do not want to be good friends don't succeed.
Indeed. Your definition of good friends maybe ran up against the
Cult missionary.
the warriors and orbitologists of this world who determined you to be a heretic, because
Yes.
you do not consider the holy orb, the most divine shape, to be the supreme being. Now then,
Wait, is this orb? I thought it was just like the main new squy and the human cultist. Do they have other new squy cultists?
well, there's a news squad galore outside, but you definitely know that there's a high population here. Not of adult news squad, mostly of adolescents. But Blaze, why don't you hit us with it? Why don't you 420 us?
It's me, Blaze. I'm the best brass hacker on this side of the frontier. You got a place you want me to go into? I'll go into it. I'll get what you need. I'll get out, and I won't get caught. Except I did get caught. That's why I'm here. It was very unfortunate. They had no evidence. It was a kangaroo court proceeding. The charges were trumped up. Also, I did not know these glasses were prescription before I put them on. And everything is very blurry. So, yeah, I'm Blaze.
Excellent. Blaze, you're getting a little steamed as we come back to Vrishka Dare.
It's very uncomfortable. Our species doesn't sweat. It's not great in this environment.
Gonna have moldy, gross fur. All right, yeah. Hi, I'm Vrishka
I'll need to
Dare,
comb it out.
one of the famous dares who run a house of Thrin war dancing that, unlike most houses of Thrin war dancing, emphasizes punching through, Thrin chi. We're both agile and believe in actually kicking the ass of our enemy. Sometimes you just need to stop dodging.
Sometimes you just
Punching
gotta
is
take
like
it.
the
Very
DDoS
That's my way to
fighting.
think.
Yep. So my family maintains that house, and most people, apart from whoever stays around to run the house of Thrin War dancing, go out and do normal Trinity careers. And then there's a sizable minority who, after getting trained in this all their lives, want to actually go kick ass and not do conflict resolution the Trinity way. So I spent most of my life bouncing around the frontier as an adult, working as a marshal, security consultant, other things may or may not come up, and have been hired on as a Trinity consultant for this mission to contact Deep Resilience.
Excellent. And
Rad.
rounding it out, determination, mindfulness, tranquility, or Onmei. Why don't you hit us up?
So, I before I even do this, I have a question for you. You said we were mostly naked, right? Well, I mean,
No, okay.
we're in jumpsuits.
Update. You are in little prison jumpsuits that have orbs on them.
Okay. Do I have a translator device?
I was just thinking that.
So you and Chu were left with your translator devices after a very thorough inspection of them ensured that you did not have anything else in them. So like a day later, you received your translation box.
Okay, cool. All right.
It is maybe not doing well after having its chassis opened and crudely shut in the steam.
Oof, yeah.
There's
It's not radical.
There's starting to be condensation inside of it in places that aren't supposed to get condensed.
Okay. So I am portraying tonight determination, mindfulness, tranquility. Most people call me Onmei, which is the our conjugation of to be, basically.
Pat, you are your voice is getting spaced. If you can close anything in the background.
This is a oh yeah, sorry, let me close Discord. Sorry about that. Discord always does that to me.
Okay.
Am I better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's a representative of the sun. I can't speak. Sorry. The sunless day. Just need to breathe for a second. The Starless Day Hive and the Council of Queens, who are the ruling body of the Mirai at the moment. And she's here to see if she can't bring in the hive that's gone independent back into the fold, basically.
Indeed. Well,
sorry, I'll warm up and I'll be able to speak more clearly after I have a drink in me. Sorry.
Indeed.
Fair enough. I'm going to switch sunglasses. I brought down several pairs, and these ones are making me go crazy.
Nice. That reminds me of Tithaka Trent, where I kept on putting on prescription sunglasses that were the wrong prescription. I suffered for my art that night.
I think also just reading glasses, because things are very clear, like, just the right distance from me. So I leaned in like this. Everything looked very good.
But yes, you guys have been here some variable amount of times, enough to reacquaint yourselves, because you are, most of you, acquainted in some way or other. When the Orbist galore comes by, slapping their paddles on the various bars, there's a bit of a chittering, and the newsguy adolescents in the far cage from you sort of make a sound that sounds frightened. The only person who's really understanding that is Chu. Chu, you don't know this language perfectly, but you get a sense that they're like, no, don't do that. You hear the sound of something grinding open. Around this time, it's worth noting that you guys are bound to these little, like, things in the wall, but there's a lead on you of about, like, 1 meter. So you can maneuver from where you are by 1 meter.
Where are we bound? Like at the ankles, at the hips, multiple places?
It is for everyone but Chu. It is just your hands behind your back.
Okay.
But for Chu, there's multiple because Newsquai are not poor in the hand department.
What is that?
We don't ask any questions. We just move on.
But yes,
Some things were never meant for us to know.
But yeah, if you'd like to peek across, you could reposition yourselves, but the events to the north will unfold as they will.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think,
curious. I'd like to see.
yeah, I think I'm gonna move around.
Yeah, you
so
see north, beyond this like garage gratish thing that just opened up. There's like a central chamber, which seems to be like a sauna, curved in strange shapes. It seems to be almost like too perfectly sculpted, as if though made of this world's stone and steam, but to reflect another's. All of the bonds on the people in the far cage come off. The New Squad adolescents zoom out the door. One of the humans sort of sprints up behind them, and one of them like comes up to the bars and shakes the door, and begs in a language you all understand. No, please, this is a whole misunderstanding. I've been vouched. Somebody vouched for me. They're gonna come get me. I'm gonna play, and then the Orbis Galore like slides a little paddle through and like slaps at him. He hops back. And realizing that he's hopeless, turns and slides through the door. Before
Not
long,
the cheeky
however,
slap. This is truly prison cruelty.
Before long, however, you do hear his cry again, and you see him sail across the visible hole, as if though like bashed by something, and then something on many legs around the corners, just that you can barely see them, darts over towards him. There is a gnashing of teeth and bone, and the sound of a shutter slinking shut.
Oh my.
Well, that seemed real unpleasant.
Like, well, hope we're all ready to die for our religion or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
We will not
Okay.
die.
You want to chew your chains. Alright,
And I like to like, well, I mean, maybe those other New Squad escaped. I didn't hear their screams yet.
the Orbis Galore slaps the pipes, the grate, and its translator chirps, "Behave," and then it skitters on. Meanwhile, yeah. So Anime, right?
Mhm.
So you can step out to like here because you got like a meter.
Anime.
Give me Marai's saliva isn't particularly acidic, is it?
No, it is not. But
The teeth.
and Mariah aristocrats do have teeth that can damage hard surfaces. They're not as
Yeah.
they're not as good at doing so as their
The drones.
as their
Yeah, I would give you a straight melee for that.
All right, but like I'm imagining this is something I've been doing over the course of a couple days, like a file, you know, or like hours.
How long have we been in here?
At least a week.
Oh god, and we didn't try to escape at all before now? Because that doesn't feel very accurate to my character.
Okay. You've been here for a few days, nebulously. You were recovering, to be fair, from the pirate capture. So but now you're back at full strength.
I had to
Okay.
spend the first 2 days begging you to get my sunglasses back before I could get anything done.
Okay, so Anme.
They are prescription.
So at the end of a few days, as you guys have recovered, Anme has been like chewing on her chains while she was sleeping or whatever, right? Anme's chains are like it's like a slurpy like liquid yet solid substance that binds you, but you've frayed it. You frayed it significantly, and it looks like a chewed cord at this point, like very frayed rope. It
Okay.
looks like
Well, I'm
one
gonna say-
final great burst of strength could break it off. Although you guys are hearing, continue.
Oh no, that was all I had to say. I'm gonna sit on it basically to make sure that it's not visible, or maybe I'll have my my abdomen lean over onto it.
Your thorax, perhaps?
Wait, shit. Am I? Yeah, I think probably is thorax. Thorax is the middle section, isn't it?
No one knows.
Yeah.
I mean,
If anyone knows bug anatomy here, Pat, it is 100% you.
Yeah, no, thorax is the middle part, abdomen is the bottom part. I was right. Okay, cool. I was worried for a second there.
Yeah, you guys hear a voice coming from around a corner. A good while after the galore leaves, you hear, "Hey, new people, I heard you on a ship from the Trinity. Is that true?"
Affirmative.
Who wants to know?
Call me a
Be
friend.
more discreet.
I'm everyone's friend in here. You hear a voice box, perhaps from a news guy, saying, "I did not call you my friend, I called you my cellmate." Yeah. Anyway, me and my cellmates, we get along really well. I'm actually in here by choice, because if I was on the outside, someone would have, whacked me a long time ago. But,
I can tell from that accent you are a rast. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I am going to.
He's
to-
like,
to
"Oh, well,
straight up
thank you,
turn
but,
off my
I'm
translator,
actually-
and I'm going to turn off my translator and then ask the news guy on the other side. So what's this guy's deal?
The news guy replies simply, "Information broker." And, the person responds, the human says, "I'm actually about 3 feet taller and a lot less fur, but yeah, I'm from Scopum. I just, it was sort of what they call in the textbooks German and Argentina situation, But my family's been there a few generations. It's a real nice place."
I am not familiar with this Argentina.
Oh, neither am I. I think it was a place on Mars. Like Olympus Mons territory, I'd say. Anyway, I'm not big on geology. Or is that geography? I don't know the G's, to be honest, even though I am one. But,
So let's talk about what you do know.
He's like,
you
what-
say you got a lot of friends in here.
He's like, "Yeah, I got a lot of friends. And, some of my friends would really like to, go to the frontier. But they've got some problems. They got some problems in the frontier, and I mean, if you're important enough to be, up there in the Trinity, you might have, I don't know, IDs, or, know where we could get some.
I
You
see.
know, slide in a node, get good with mother type stuff. And aside from that,
That's acceptable.
I do have some free advice. One is don't get put in the cell across from you, because as you probably just saw, it doesn't end well if you wind up put out there for hunting time.
I guess you could say it's hell in a cell.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh no, the lack of screens has driven Blaze to quote old television. We need to get him out of here and connect to a screen. Stat.
Should be noted that the entire time Blaze has been in here, they've been sitting in a corner like this.
Rocking.
No,
Yeah,
I pictured you've actually been like up against the wall and like swiping at the wall.
yeah. He's like,
They've been air typing occasionally. They're like, "Why won't the command line run my executable?"
Oh my god!
he's like, "Wow, your friend in there sounds
You
like
hear them
they're
mumbling
really
in their
going.
Sleep. They're like, "No, syntax errors."
They're going through some real screen depth over there. Yeah, you got to get them in front of some sort of computer doodle real quick." Me, I always hated screens, because I didn't agree with the blue light filters, but if I turned them off, oh man, I'd wake up and there'd be this buzz all over my face. Anyway,
You are quite the character.
yeah, and laser eye surgery, I know you get that for free in the
We can't help
Trinity.
anyone out while we're stuck in here.
Yeah. So, I know a way you could get out. Because I think you're a scrapping Quadro from what my friends tell me. They saw you got pulled in. I was at the wrong angle at the time, But, yeah, if there's ever 4 people who could probably, make it in the Orbarium, it's probably you. And as it happens, I know someone who comes by here to vouch pretty often. And let's just say he takes my advice on map. And then as he's saying that, you guys hear like 3 electronic beeps and then a grating as this door at the southern end of your cell
Oh shit.
opens. It like slides open into the wall. And you see, you see some weirdly gunked up stuff all over the otherwise newsquire looking wall. And like a silty
it's crack.
K-Flory. Yeah. Chew, though, Chew, you spy a little like indicator with a red blinking light. But here's the thing about that indicator, Chew. It kind of just turned green, and you hear like a garage door open. Like
Something's opening. Something turned green.
Friend
Blaze,
over there.
you
in
know
the other
technology,
chamber.
right, Blaze?
Is there any? Sorry.
I this indicator, it was flashing red, and now it is green.
I'm like
It looks,
green.
it's on a wall. It looks kind of like, and I just vaguely describe it from my angle that doesn't actually have a completely clear view.
Green energy. Green. Ah!
My scopominium
He starts listing off,
friend.
like, hex codes for green.
What exactly is on the other side of where we are?
He's like, oh no, they let him out. They gotta let him come out and like sting people every once in a while. They get too pent up. Whatever you do, don't attract the big one. And you guys hear buzzing, a sickly cicada-like buzzing.
Blaze has a plan.
I believe I am vaguely.
I
familiar
look at
with what
determination,
might be
mindful
behind
truthfulness, also known as anime,
Well, on me.
and I'm like anime, and is like, you have tough skin, help me.
I
You gotta go
stand
on
up,
purpose, right? You know,
stand up,
I'm
look down at you,
squishy. Help.
and I'm like,
Okay,
Why?
so I do kind of want to stress test the thing. Like, I assume they made it to be strong if you can't just snap it, but like, what are the strengths and weaknesses of whatever's holding our hands?
Yeah, so it's
I'm
fairly.
gonna go ahead and break mine right now.
It's okay. So, honestly, so Anmei, describe to me how you want to. Do you want to like give it like a full bite, or do you want to try and like leverage your body weight up against the wall and? Because you do have a climb speed, which will help you here.
This air is so humid. Would
Yeah,
my
I just
swim speed?
give it a good
help
bite.
me?
You just give it a good bite. Okay.
Give it a good bite.
Anmei makes a melee roll. Rashika, you feel like it's like stretchy, but that's part of what gives it its tensile strength. You feel like you feel like it might be less stretchy if it was colder somehow. And Anmei has just like broken her bonds as the buzzing grows nearer. And
Like
you guys
a proper
spy a
snake.
little friend.
And Obsicurus?
Yup.
Yup.
I don't like it.
I say, Vrishka, the cords are very tight, but given time, I could break through yours.
And I'm like,
Not
well,
the
given
time
how long
that
it
we
took
need,
you
though.
to do yours, I don't think it's going to be of much help at the moment. But you should be prepared to run.
Very well.
Also,
I'll
a
find
fun
something.
Prism of Human Empire Days is coming our way. Not my first time seeing these in the Frontier, or New Sky Space. First time with my hands tied behind my back and no weapons, though. So this will be an exciting first.
The Upsikaras's come in, and then, oh boy, oh she coming. Oh lord,
Oh,
she coming.
shit.
It's the
Oh,
queen.
God.
And he's just like trying not to get their attention, or if you can, try and get them to maybe not. And so the queen buzzes into the room and looks at all of you. Her little minions floating to
Hi.
either side of her. So
I'm preparing to use my
Chew
rope. as a
is
whip.
just going to be has since the beginning, while all this other stuff going on, just been sitting there and praying, and Chew is just going to continue sitting still.
all right.
Well, tell me about these pillars. Like, what kind of range? Like, how tall are they? Like, what can we do with them?
Sorry, so they're not pillars; they're embedded in the wall. Like the thing that you like.
Okay,
you're
that's
buying
just the
stretching
wall
from.
thing.
Yeah, it's embedded in the wall. That's just where it comes out of the wall. If anybody wants to like get down like in the water and mist, you could make me a maneuver -2. And on me, your like hands together used as a whip will be a modifier 1 damage 1 weapon.
Ooh, wait, I have a prop. Hold on.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shucky ducky. All right. So,
Would
Vrishika
this be
and
considered a maneuver test to stealth?
I mean, yeah, sure.
All right, I get 2 more dice then. Let me roll.
All right, what are you calling this?
Hey,
it was a
3
plus
successes.
1. It was a +1 damage one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like I should be able to kick if it comes up.
Yeah, you can still unarmed
Or
attack.
an unarmed attack. Like, I'm a trained martial artist. I feel
Yeah.
like it would be harder in this position, but presumably something in my literal life of training has prepared me for kicking.
I don't know about that.
Alright, so the queen doesn't seem to really pay notice to Vrishika or Blaze.
It's Vrishka. That's how Pat
Vrishka.
pronounces it, so that's right.
Oh.
Vrishka. Well, yeah, I mean,
Vrishika, okay.
it's anything but Vrishika. Vrishika.
Oh, okay.
It's either
I see.
Vrishka or Vrishika.
anything but what Lee said. Okay.
Yes.
The middle I is
How we
like
figure
a
out all our
French E in the middle of the word. Just
Yeah.
not
Little eye
important.
gets swallowed.
So,
Yes.
Chu and Anmei, you're still up at the moment, and they seem to be sizing you up. You could roll an insight if you wanted to look deeper into the hearts of these creatures, or you could take another course of action. Anmei, I guess you're
can
you're
I-
stanced up to attack, right?
How do I intimidate?
I'm
Is
going
that
to
even
roll
possible?
insight because my current theory is that if I am a statue, they're not going to attack. I'm going to roll insight to make sure that's true.
All right, Anmei,
I'm also trying to get towards the door.
Anmei, roll me a communicate.
Okay.
Wait, did these guys have acid spit, or are they just...
They
forget.
don't have
Madeline,
acid
you made
spit.
them.
I know, I'm pretty sure they don't, but I think they have poison, and then they have, like, they spit out things like wasps, so they would cover you. I'm trying to figure out if I could use one of their attacks to break the chain.
Well, you do know that they have strong fucking pincers, and if you could get them to attack you or get that pincer and work it, you might be able to break your bonds. So Anmei, you managed to the little like minor creatures are kind of like put off of you, and they're closer to Chu. But the queen looks over at you and senses your movement. And
Sorry, I needed to update my character sheet because it did not like my name.
And the queen does not back down. The queen kind of like comes in closer.
All right. Well, if she's coming in closer, I'm backing up towards this door.
All right. And you want to attack?
Yeah, and also doing that. The idea is that I hit her and then I fall back through the door.
Okay.
I am sticking
my
with my
plan.
statue theory, even though I'm not positive about it. I'm just
Thank
gonna
you,
be
sorry,
saying
Star
very-
Fox, for the follow.
Shit.
Okay.
Can I push that, or what are we calling it?
Psych it? Yeah, you gain 1 edge, and then
Yeah.
you re-roll it. And Chu, what do you want to do?
I am sticking with my course, even though I'm not positive it's going to work. I'm sticking with my course of action of I am a statue.
Okay.
I am praying.
Okay, so I want to
still
bait.
possible.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the queen one off since it's, attacking my friend and expedition leader. So what do I need to do to try to get it to,
Attack
miss,
you
like to
instead?
dodge at the last second and get it to stab into to pincer, I guess, my thing.
I am going to do some.
I'm gonna say so. Okay,
psychic
so
attack.
so the queen ups her Karas when she comes to make her attack. We'll say she like. So here's what happens, Pat. Don't move yet. When you go
I
to move
won't.
away, she tries to op you, and because she
That's fun.
swipes far to the left, she's just within Vrishka's range, and Vrishka can make a maneuver -1 to redirect the queen. The queen will
All right.
probably attack you if you do this.
Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so she just attack you, but both of your extra successes will be a negative modifier on her attack against you.
Okay, so my chain is broken now?
Actually, that's a good point. So you want her to stab your chain.
Yes, that was the whole point.
Okay, so I would say with a super stunt, you could do that, which would be 3 extra successes. So she stabbed into it, and it's now very damaged, but it still needs to be broken open.
Okay, so, like, whose turn is it? Do I
Yeah.
get to do stuff or not?
I didn't realize you guys are going to react this way, so it's initiative time.
You didn't realize that when you put enemies in the room, we were going to fight them? I'm confused by your statement.
Alright, so yeah.
Some of us weren't fighting them. Some of us were
Oh
being
yeah,
very...
I mean, just letting yourself get stabbed to death, that
Pat,
seems like a great idea. You
Pat.
know these are very poisonous, right?
Pat, did you
then I
click
don't
on yourself,
envision
or
it's
is it
probably-
failing to send you to the tracker?
Let me try that again.
Click on token.
I clicked on
Find-
myself.
It's
and
not
failed.
gonna. It's not gonna make you guys go to the tracker.
Bummer.
Yes.
I will manually add you.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
very
those are
still
fine.
chew is very appropriately going very late.
Yeah, maximum initiative, activate.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Oh, it's D12. Holy shit.
It's not quite the maximum initiative. You had one more. That's
It's
Yeah.
the maximum for my character.
Speaking of max,
Alacrity's not one of my
Max
tag
roll.
Yes,
stats.
I'm rolling. Sorry, I wasn't 100% sure whether or not I should roll, given I'm just hiding in a corner, but I will anyway.
the fuck?
Yeah, definitely the pop. I definitely had my character selected on that one.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I won't go to the tracker anyway.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm pretty low on the tracker. Bummer.
So,
It
I remember at the
is.
very beginning of the session, he was like, I planned for so many things.
I planned for this. Like you. This is a valid. You can, if you want to try this, you can try this. I have the maps and units necessary. Vrishka, it's your turn.
Okay, so I want to, I guess, well, so describe it. So basically the queen is like, what, like, behind me and around me? Stabbed into, like, the chain that is close to my person?
Yeah, she's like right behind you, and she's stabbed into the thing. And like
Okay,
it's close
so
to
I guess I
snapping.
want to attack the queen in such a way that she is, like, driven through the chain, thus breaking it.
All right, give me a melee -1 because she's behind your back. With your hands tied and all. But yeah. All right. So I'm gonna say that's 1 damage and 1 success to breaking it. So yeah, you are no longer bound.
All right.
And yeah, that was your turn. Or no, hold on. That was a main action.
So can I, like, now, can I use the broken chain as a weapon? Like,
Yeah.
pick it up?
Yeah, same
My
style.
side
as
action?
on
Okay,
there, yeah.
I'll do that. So what is
We're
the
going
stats?
full, like,
1-1.
strangling Jabba with the slave Leia chain here.
1-1.
I love it.
It's
I
just
mean,
a modifier
Doesn't
1
Padme
damage.
use chains in that episode too? Because I feel like we're
That's
basically
the other
just
one
doing-
I was thinking. That's probably a better example.
Sorry, Lee, can't hear you.
1-1. It's 1-1. Mod damage.
Okay, cool.
I'm really not sure why I have this. I really don't know.
I am.
What?
All right.
know
And so Vrishka, that's your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I used a main action and a side action.
All right. So the queen is going to, not be happy about the fact that you just kicked her. And let me just check and see.
Do I have to declare in advance if I want to block or dodge? I don't
Nope,
remember.
you don't. Although,
Okay.
because you are prone, a melee attack against you has a positive of 3.
Oh, so I guess, could you, like, say when I'm prone? I don't know what all the little symbols or being turned
You're
sideways
sideways.
means. Like,
You're sideways. Prone means sideways. It was because you were hiding, like, down in the water to avoid detection.
okay. I mean, would have been nice to know on my turn. Like, I didn't know prone equals sideways because you use different...
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry.
She attacks you. Alright.
So I guess I'm going to use the side action for my next turn to dodge by, like, rolling to the side since I'm prone.
Alright, yeah. Pop me that maneuver. You are free to... Oh my god, I didn't put edge on anybody.
What? Oh, I have it.
Oh, like we don't have edge markers?
I don't have an edge
Oh.
bar
Alright,
on you.
I guess we do.
I'll fix it. I mean, like, on your tokens. You have them on your sheet.
Yeah. Do I want to re-roll? I guess I do. Yeah, let's get a first edge. Yeah.
Aw, shit. Nice. That's actually insanely good. Wow, your characters kick ass.
For the moment, right now.
Not as much ass as Matt Blaze kicks.
Oh, really? What has Blaze done so far?
Well, it hasn't been Blaze's turn yet, so I feel like that's an unfair judgment.
Alright, so,
I mean,
I
that
think
broke out
Blaze is
before
going to
turns
attempt to
happened.
hack the planet.
because you have, I don't know if you want to do this, but you can super stunt to overcommit your enemy. Or dodge move to move a further 1 meter as part of the dodge.
I mean, like, why would, like, I guess, what would overcommit my enemy get me here? I guess she would be in a slightly different place. That's still not really tactically advantageous for me.
Okay. And just put yourself in whatever square you want to roll to.
God. No. I guess this way?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the dodge stunts just aren't very good in this situation, which is disappointing.
Alright, Blaze, it's your turn. I'm assuming you're going to continue cowering.
How dare you? Step 1. There's absolutely no electronics within 1 meter of my attachment point.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, correct.
I feel like
Step
they
2.
are
I
smart enough to
continue
not leave
cowering.
electronics next to the hacker.
Alright, so
But
the
mentally, I hack the planet.
So the Oopsie Karasas, they look at Chu, and they're kind of, like, confused, and one of them, uses their hive spittle at him, at them, doesn't actually manage to land it on you, though. They sort of slurp near you, and they're quickly drawn away by the fact that, their queen is, emitting the "it's time to fight" sound, and, these two, like, one of them is already attacked by spitting at you. The other is going to, dive bomb Vrishka.
When the second one starts moving away from me, I'm going to use my main action from the next turn to do an opportunity attack and show face and fight him.
Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
fighting.
The face has been shown. All right, you fucking open up the belly of the beast.
I
Okay.
just stand. I just open up. I'm going to keep this wasting all my stamina on the first move going.
All
Do
right.
you wanna try that again and psych out or whatever we're calling it?
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. I get
Give
some
me-
shock happening.
Give me a D4 shock.
3 damage as I just chomp down on this
Yeah,
thing.
you fucking, like, it, like, breaks with scrumptious bug meat under your mouth. These default
And then I
bitches have,
straight
like,
up,
1
I just
HP.
return to the exact same statue pose. Though nothing happened.
It will give me a D4 plus 1 shock.
Amazing.
There's no button for that, I just need to roll a d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
2 because I have 2 edge now.
All right. Shift, yeah, -2 movement off of your next turn. Probably not going to come
Oh,
up.
never
with
mind.
anything.
I am now a shifting around statue.
All right, so yeah,
It doesn't taste very good, that's why. It's upsetting my stomach.
on May it is your turn.
I mean, yeah, they're full of venom.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack this one Opsicarass, and then I'm gonna try dipping So
Alright, so you're gonna dance forward to
You're
meet
gonna
it.
move into its top range, and then you're gonna
No,
retreat.
I can I not hit it with my whip of a
It
chain
has a
from
it has a
little bit of range?
it has a meter. It is explicitly 1 meter range.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Remember, it can only
okay.
stretch out 1 meter.
Okay, well then I guess.
I'm sorry. I know that it would be cooler to
Nope.
not say that.
Nope. That's entirely valid. Don't worry. Rule of cool is not in play. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with that.
Rule of cool. That's what
I'm gonna
Blaze
go
is here
ahead
for.
and do the thing and go up an edge and try that again. As fuck. All right, I hit it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is a D4 plus 2 shock, but that's a hit, and because these are mooks, these are tier 0s, that's a kill.
Okay.
You
so
swat
that's
it.
plus 2. Oh shit! What is that?
Oh, yeah, I guess there's not a shock rolling button on the character sheet yet.
6 trip. You become prone as you fall over after
Oh.
going, because it is behind you, so you're having to look waggle to whip at it.
Yeah, I guess
You
my.
probably whipped at it like it wrapped around your foot, and then you pulled it up, and then you pulled your leg out from under you. It was a
No. What actually happens is I do the thing, I whip it, and then turning around, I trip over some unevenness and I fall face
You
first.
turn around too quickly, you get dizzy, you just fall over.
Yeah, maybe my thorax.
Like, welcome to the floor party.
Yeah, but your movement is halved while you're down, so you got like 2 meters
Okay.
unless you stand back
Can I
up.
crawl?
As a
Yeah,
side
can
action,
I
you can
crawl
stand
up
back
to
up.
here? I think I'm gonna go ahead and crawl instead of doing that.
Okay, so you can get, if you want to crawl, you can get like just to like here.
Okay, that works.
Chew, it is your turn. At the end of your turn, you stop having the show face penalty.
I have no main action. I just am chilling, shifting around as a statue with an upset stomach.
Gross.
Alright, you hear 3 more pings.
Shit. That's not a good sign, typically.
And you hear a buzz and a change in the maneuvering of the queen. She seems a lot less interested in you now. But Vrishka will move before the queen does.
Oh shit, they're mind controlled.
Less interested how?
Like, it does not... You are a threatened war dancer. You know the energy of a foe as they strike the stance, regardless of their form. And she has shifted out of the I am going to strike my foe stance and into the I am going to fly out of this room stance. Barring some change in their current mindset, she is going to quit the scene on her turn, or attempts to.
Or maybe
Okay.
she wants to come towards me.
I mean, I feel like I'd be able to tell. Well, I mean, she is coming towards you and past you, but
Fair enough.
huh? Is this is open now?
What? This door?
No, this door.
Nope,
This
that's-
gap.
The cell door that remains closed.
Okay, I guess I just see a gap there now, but I'll ignore it.
Oh really? Huh. Oh, I think I slightly like moved it during the fight and it was like off kilter or some shit. Hopefully that they...
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Okay. I don't know. I guess I'll hold my action then.
All right.
I don't think I can do that anymore. I don't know.
Oh shit! Did I not have that be a thing? What do you want to hold your action to do? I feel like that's going to be a thing we have be possible.
I mean, to attack her if she goes for me or
Sure.
on May.
Yeah, you prepare you prepare to attack if you or your friend are her target. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I
All right.
can't. I already used my side action.
All right. Oh, true.
I mean, I can move, but why? Yeah.
Okay, so the queen is going to... Wow, we really don't have a main action disengage. There's a side action, yeah, she withdraws. She's going to make her maneuver to withdraw. And with that, she can ignore 2 ops, and she's just gonna fly on past you guys. She's re-entering this chamber across the way. Blaze, there's no electronics. I assume you passed your turn.
I continue to cower.
Both of the other Buzzy Boys are dead. It is Anme's turn.
Okay. I get out here and I stand up. What am I looking at?
So to either side, there is a winding circular corridor with every so often spaced about a cell width apart. These like sort of like circular doors that can roll into the wall. The other ones right now are all rolled into the wall as well. And you hear like buzzing, and you probably saw some other Upstrikasas fly back in here from other cells.
Ah, shit. Okay. So I got it. All right. Is there anything metal, anything structural that I can use to jam this door from shutting?
The only metal thing that looks remotely priable is if you wanted to detach that. You could either make me a melee -3 or a straight mechanics.
Definitely a straight mechanics. Fuck.
Okay, roll me a d4 plus 2.
1d4 plus 2. Okay.
All right,
wow.
with a 6,
You
you
trip again.
you trip. So that was
I'm trying to pry it off and I can't, and I
you fall
my
over
ass.
because you're probably using your hands behind your back and then overcommit. Yeah. What do you do now?
Well, I guess I stand up. I mean, are we still in initiative order? I'm gonna try that again if we're not.
You are. So that your side action is standing up. That's your turn. I think you guys still have movement.
Well, I mean, shit. I don't have anything else to do. I guess I'm gonna try keeping this.
You hold position.
I'm just gonna keep at what I'm doing. Yeah.
Sure. You do anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna stop praying because my prayers were answered and they're all gone and dead.
Okay, so here's what happens as initiative closes, and I'll allow those not presently tethered to make a split reaction to this turn of events. This goes from being the green indicator back to the red indicator as the garage door into the area where the queen is slams shut, and it looks like the door that like kept your cell like locked off from this place is beginning to roll closed as well.
All right.
So
do I have time to break this on my turn before like am I going to get like an Indiana Jones
basically
second of
Vrishka and Anme are going to get like a thing to do. You'd think it's very unlikely you'd be able to both break this and get through the door. You think you probably have to choose which, unless Vrishka does something to stop the door from closing.
Okay, so what are my options for the door?
An Oopsie Karas corpse is fairly thick and scrunchy. It's not going to hold forever, but the door doesn't look like it's used to having to cut meat in half. It's not...
Okay, let me wedge a corpse under there.
All right, give me a mechanics +2. The corpse wedges just fine. Anime, it looks like you're gonna have enough time to try another straight mechanics and dance back inside. Okay,
yeah.
You crack it off, and you have the power is dead to the thing, obviously, but you have the indicator.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that to jam the door open, or keep it open in a more permanent fashion than the Upsikaras corpse.
Okay, well then give me I would say mechanics with a modifier of 3 due to the corpse and the tool that you're using.
Hell yeah.
Corpse plus tool, monkey strong.
Okay.
You succeed, but you...
a D4 plus 2, and
Yeah,
you have...
probably flop. I'm gonna trip.
You pried it open. Oh my god, just Anmei's just like falling all over the... No, actually, I think you keep it together. Yeah.
Keep it together.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, so the door is like more or less lodged open. And, yeah, with that, Anmei, you were going to have to do a maneuver to crawl in and out. But now I'd say there's enough time. If you have time to squeeze, I would say that you don't have to make a maneuver to do it.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna come in here and start helping other people out if they want to.
Alright,
All right, I'd like to be unprone.
yes.
Alright?
Yeah, I'm quite stand up at this point as well.
So we're escaping.
You hear you hear a voice from across the hall say, "Hey, what happened? I didn't hear your door go katunk. You still alive over there?"
It's
Nope.
not going to go. We're dead.
Of course
Okay,
we are.
so I'm like, hey, can you? So we're still like, our hands are bound, right? They're just in the front now, and we can use the chain that was tethered to the pole.
Yeah, you managed to like shimmy your hands out in front of you.
Okay, so how dangerous would it be to have Mr. Newsquy bite the chain connecting my hands?
They have like anomalocaris mandibles, so it's possible.
Yeah, you can get it like in the mandible. I would say it's a -1 modifier on the attack for Chew because it's not utilizing the full strength of the show face.
All right, so I'll say, hey, Mr. Newsquy, I don't know who you are. If you
Chew.
bite, all right, Chew. If you bite, this off my hands, I'll help free you.
That sounds agreeable, I say, as I take it in my little claw things and I put it up to my mouth.
Like, also, pro tip: Upsikaras are not motion sensitive, or they are, but they can also just see things. So if you're ever hiding from them, standing still is not going to cut it.
It works.
I'm gonna
Did it
chew
not?
on. I'm gonna chew on Blaze's chains.
Sure, although I will warn you, Pat, that's not something that's going to get achieved within the time frame of even an hour. You succeeded with your
Okay,
plan
maybe.
because you've been doing it for
Yeah.
days.
Oh no, you're right. Fair enough. I guess.
Should I?
Wait then.
You can begin, though.
Okay.
So-
I mean,
so
if it
that-
doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, so tell me about the Upsikaras mandibles on this corpse right here.
Alright, so, the mandibles are, like, very good meat-eating mandibles. So, like, they're sharp enough for, like, I wouldn't say a dagger, but I would say a shank.
Well, like, can I use them to get my chains off? Like, Newsquy fail.
Okay,
Yeah, I messed up and I'm not gonna.
yeah, I
use
would
any more of
say,
that help.
so, okay, so, like, they're still on the Upsikaras. You're gonna need to, like, butcher the corpse, more or less. Or, like, pry it off in a way that it remains useful to you. Without any relevant tools. I would call this a straight mechanics test.
Okay. It's mechanics would you use for... I guess we don't really have, like, biology versus...
So can I do
I guess so.
a maneuver test to try to slip out of the hand or the chains?
Nah, they're like...
Oh, come on! If you could just
Yeah.
fucking roll out, that wouldn't be very
no,
good.
they're
would it?
like slurped up
Yeah,
on
they're built
you.
for
They're
music.
like designed for me.
Yeah,
For Newsquy? Okay.
yeah, because I mean, this is a Newsguy prison. There are other Newsguy adolescents here. Like they know what's up. And yeah,
This
Vrishka.
is where they keep teenagers where they belong, in prison.
So
Destined for gladiatorial combat to the death.
you give a twist, and it winds up like you almost break the. Like you collapse the skull, and it looks like it's going to ruin the mandible bone. But then you just reach in there, and like on pure adrenaline, you fucking expertly trench run out the mandibles, and you got. From that, you managed to fashion a mandible
Pair of
shank.
really sharp scissors.
So I'm going to climb onto the ceiling and pull the thing as the chain as tight as possible, so that for help it would probably be easier to break.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a nice thing at your chain. It's at normal human level.
Right.
Yeah, and I would say that this counts as a tool, which is allowing you to do it and also giving you a bonus. So it'll be a mechanics 1 to use this tool to destroy your bonds.
My bonds?
Oh, I mean, sorry. Your bonds are. I mean, I mean, you can sever your hands. I mean, you can detach your hands. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So mechanics +1.
Sever your hands.
Yeah, you can cut your fucking
That's a bit
hands off.
extreme.
First panic, but technically a success.
You slide it out. You've got your shank. Yeah, you keep it together. I mean, you're a war dancer. The meditation kicks in. At around this time, the human across the way says, "Well, what's that? What's it? Hey, just so you know, someone's coming by real soon. You might want to not look like you're engaged in a prison break in case you are."
And I look at the door. I'm like, how soon exactly? And in which direction?
He's like, they'll be coming counterclockwise, so left from your cell, and, what's that? Well, okay, he's like, well, do you want more time or less time? I could have someone distract him.
More time.
Everyone left time.
He's like, alright, but I'm gonna want some of those obscurass parts. You can roll them across the way later. And, with that, he's like, alright.
Which direction is this voice from again?
It's up and to the left.
So the person is also coming from the voice side.
Yeah, the person is coming from the side of the voice, and he's saying...
Okay, so we could maybe plausibly fake it if we drag the stuff. I mean, we've got the mist here. I thought it was from this side, in which case, like, we definitely broke a bunch of shit over here.
And he's like, oh, by the way, do you consider yourselves the sporting types?
Not really in a
I mean,
conversation.
it really depends on the sport.
He's like, what
We're
about...
talking blood sport, checkers.
He's like, imagine blood sport, but you're in an orb. And you're fighting in an orb.
It's blood sport.
He's like, yeah, but with some,
extra
but with panache. Anyway, I could recommend my friend coming through vouch you if you want. Otherwise, I'll tell him to pass by and go for the next one over.
I look at my boss.
Oh, this does not seem like a prudent use of our time.
I'm like, so we're just gonna sneak up the back, right?
Well, I mean, presumably, yeah, I mean, like, I'm assuming I'm speaking really quickly. Presumably, the people that are coming towards us are not going to be happy when they see what's become of the place. And if we don't go now,
the point is that we're going to. And I'm like, no, I think we should maybe ask him to have his friend pass us by and just fake it for this first walkthrough and then buy ourselves more time to get away. Like, if they're coming from that direction, we've got a bunch of mist, right? Like, how hard would it be to hide this shit?
So if you guys stand against the wall, shank in your hands behind you, and you, like, kick the corpses to the side, eminently hideable. Someone would really need to be searching.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Even with the open door in the back, or is the door not that?
Well, we'll close the door. Oh, wait, we can't close the door. You're right.
Well, if you pull the stuff out, the door will close, you suspect.
But then it wouldn't.
Yeah, but we don't have a way to open it again.
No,
Then there's escape route. Then
I will say, when you look in Vrishka, you see between the walls, not to make yet another mechanics test, but you see between the walls where the door's locking hinge is. And you know if something were to break that, you would be able to put your hands on it and physically slide the door open.
Okay, I do that, and we're going with this plan. Absolutely.
Give me a straight mechanics. Straight mechanics, just reach in there and...
Alright,
Yep.
I just drop down from the ceiling and using my legs pull this corpse to the wall.
Fuck me! I'm going up another stress. I hate this. This is a stupid game.
Probably should have let me do that. They never required physical strength, but okay.
I mean,
all right, yeah. Okay, so, the shit... I'm assuming you kick the shit to the other side, but that's up to you.
Yeah.
And the door is now compromised in a way that is really someone would need to come by and mechanically inspect it to know. Or see you literally sliding it open.
And so I'm like, yeah, buddy, thanks, but we'll pass. So you tell our friend to pass us by, and we'll pass you some obscure-ass parts. Deal?
He's like, sure. He's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. You mean those guys aren't a full quad anymore? well, I can't think of another good team. He's like, well, yeah, but I mean, this is a lot of promises. I mean, I'll slow him down, but I won't tell him. He sounds like he wants like more promises or for someone to, or like some other assurance before he really like goes out of his way. But you could give a communicate. Someone could give a communicate to like
I'm going to very politely turn on my translator and inform him, if you do not have them pass us by and go and speak with other people, I will inform my friends on the outside to vouch for you.
And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, give me a communicate. Give me a communicate with a modifier of 2. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you so much, friend.
You hear footfalls. Most of them many-legged, some of them larger, and at least someone going ka-thud, ka-thud, ka-thud. And you hear a chipper voice go, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, hey, Scoo. Yeah, there's some promising people around, 6 o'clock. And yeah, there's a nice quad over there. He's like, oh yeah, really? I heard they got broken up. He's like, oh no, there's another prisoner getting transferred in. Scoo's like, yeah, but I love a team with a story. I'm trying to keep a cohesive unit here, and you know how they get sometimes strangling each other in the sleep in the break room. And he's like, no, I'm trust me, I think this is a solid group. I've got intel. And Scoo's like, sure. And you see a Rast in a suit, followed by 3 New Squad adolescents and a human woman wearing ballistic assault plate with a pulse rifle. Not just any pulse rifle, but the kind with the underslung shotgun, the Cass.
His arm girl.
She's walking behind him, looking back and forth, and she looks in and says, hey boss, that's a Mariah in there. And Scoo's like, oh, Mariah, and then from behind you, oh, they're no good, trust me, they're those weak Trinity types, no good for Bloodsport. And Yuxa sort of like looks around, and she's like, I don't know, that Thren looks pretty buff, boss. And Scoo's like, wow, is that a Thren and buff? What a combination. Tell me, have you ever considered show business?
I'm like, oh, that would, interfere with their humility before, the peace of the Trinity.
And he's like, oh no, a heartthrob, but that makes the story even juicier.
I turn off my my friend. Or wait, no, I turn off my translator and I'm just like, so who are you people? I don't know these people. I feel like maybe killing them tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. Do you think I should?
With the translator on, one of the guys with Scoo says the news guy is trying to convince us that they want to kill all of their cellmates. And Scoo's like, well, we at least have one in this quad that's got some fire in him.
And I gasp, but I look like, so...
Killing is wrong.
We've been nothing but kind to you.
Amazing.
I mean, that Rast looks really yummy. And I've always wondered if those bug if those furry ones the big furry ones taste good, and that one has muscles. I've heard muscles are delicious.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. Chu rolls an independent communicate to sell the, I intend to murder all of my friends routine, and someone else in the party with a +1 per other party member who isn't Chu, like giving into the bit to like sell the we're just like we're not about that life bit.
We're very. Yeah, I mean, I'll support whoever's doing it.
All right, I'll go for it then. I'm actually decent at.
And Blaze, do you say anything?
I'll be supporting too.
Right. Going off my cognition.
All right, and okay, and did you add a modifier of 2 for 2 party members helping out?
Oh no, I did not actually.
Roll 2 more d6, and then a d4 plus 3.
All right.
The important thing is that we have no real way of relieving edge because we have no items. Well, except for now some improvised weapons. And bug
also,
parts.
edge breaking. Edge breaking relieves edge.
Oh, that's true. Just gotta snap.
Right, yeah. I have to do my edge break.
Except you can't until you get to like an 8, unless you're human.
Or my edge roll. I got a 7. What is 7?
So with a 7, You clutch. You put a death grip on any item you're holding, imposing a -2 test with it. So I'm assuming that you're
no.
quote-unquote holding the whip, right?
Mm.
And it like makes like a
that.
slicking sound through the water where it actually is.
Oh,
And
shit.
I assume you're actually standing for this. But because like you're selling the it's to your back thing. And we're just gonna see if Screw hears that. So he's buying the routine, and then he hears a little like something in the water, and he's like, "Hey, I guess the bonds
my
on
foot.
so tight on the Mirai. Did I just hear the little connector doodle they have like schlack against the water? Am I imagining that, Yexta?" And Yexta sort of looks and peers in as well. And you're free to make a maneuver to contest this, Pat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try that, please. Ooh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
Right.
and you precisely match it, and Yuxta looks, peers, shrugs, and says, maybe. And Screw's like, and then the Way's like, hey, you might want to go for that other quad quick, Screw, because it sounds like they might get transferred to that cell you're across from pretty soon if you don't. He's like, oh, well, I can't let an opportunity go like that. But you know what? You pea sticks sound great. It's just it's a very happy ball game, see? And you all, when I look at you, I don't see prisoners. I see temporarily embarrassed trillionaires. Yeah, don't worry. This next team just gonna be a warm-up for the off-season. But I'll come back for you. Don't worry about it. And Yixta rolls her eyes, and Scoo and his companions trudge on.
Shakes head sadly. The tyranny of money.
I don't understand this concept.
I understand what you're saying. Too many people are influenced rely too much of their belief in money.
Yes.
Okay, homie. Time to get going.
I say as I climb up to the roof.
Okay, so you.
Okay, how do I mandible strike off this chain?
Okay, so Chu gets in a proper position. I'm just gonna call this a melee attack because it's what you're doing, and you use the. You see in chat, I dropped the mandible shank stats.
Yeah, it's a 1/1.
1/1 with the cutting property. Yeah.
I don't know what cutting property means.
It means you can stunt
But
to
I
make
do
the
a
enemy
bad
bleed. All right.
Oh,
and
that's
Make that chain bleed.
On May, are you better at melee mechanics or endurance? You might have no points in any.
Good question. Let me see. I'm good at none.
Well, then just roll me literally any of those 3 skills. You make good progress. You think that you could be through Blaze's bonds in a matter of hours. In a 10-hour turn, you would have him free. For Sheikah, you find that although it did debond your hands well, it's not going to take out the thing itself quite so easily. That was done by a proper spike through of a queen that was alive and using her full strength to drop on it. So it doesn't seem like the shank alone is going to get you through the bonds of your companions.
Deke. I mean, don't I trip though? Like I thought.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you also end the process like Chu is up on the ceiling to like give you a good stab at their bonds. You bedoing off it and in cartoon fashion splash back onto the ground. A laugh track plays.
Yeah.
They'll like that.
Terrifying. Rast laugh tracks are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm making good headway on.
Well, I mean,
Okay, well,
hours
thank
is
you,
not good anyway. Like we don't have hours, or maybe we do, but I'm patient.
Is Vrishka
Fair
saying
enough.
that in the fall?
I'm gonna go look for something outside.
By all means, I'll keep guard out front.
All right, yeah, you slide open the door.
I can actually chew and talk at the same time because my pheromones are what are actually cueing.
Yeah,
into the
yeah. You're
translator.
not using your mouth to communicate. I assume that Vrishka, like doors up behind her, so if someone walks by, they won't notice. They'll notice, a lot of other things, but not the door being open. So you see that there is like this is like a circular hallway, so there's a vanishing point to the left and right. Immediately, you see a lot of like spittle around on stuff. A dead oopsie carcass here. The blinky indicator is sort of like discarded here. You also notice that caked very thoroughly to the wall, there is like a rusty old multi-tool that looks like it was abandoned here by some maintenance worker a long time ago. And it doesn't look like it's as good as like it seems like it might break. It seems like it might break the next time it's used or some shit because it's so rusty and old and caked up with like Upsicrest shite. But it's a hell of a lot better than nothing, and it would give you another go at the bonds. But it's going to require some breaking and digging to get at. So
what are do we see any panels or like soft electronics that could be used to do things like open doors or release bonds? Or did we see those on the way in? Like, do we know those are on the other side?
You know that the Galore who comes by has something like a control rod that can do that. I don't know. I like it.
You're saying Galore, like it's Gowler.
Gowler, sorry, Gowler. Yes, the Gowler.
I'm not saying it right either. I don't think, but it's definitely Gaoler. Like that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, the Galore. Yeah, not to call for like only 2 tests ever, but if you want to, actually, like I feel like this is a concept success. I feel like you can break this shit off, given sufficient time. Like, unless there's some reason you want to do this before 10 minutes elapses, you fucking break that shit and you get it. Otherwise, you can give me a melee test.
I guess I'll get it. I still feel like it's underwhelming. But I guess if we can get... Well, this is still only going to get one of us out. Well, fine, I get it. Let's see if this works.
Alright, you have a rusty multi-tool.
10 minutes is an acceptable amount of time.
Yeah, You slide to the left, slide to the right, your way back in. Anme continues to make progress on Blaze's bonds, and Vrishka, you can, give me a maintenance with a modifier of 1. If the test fails, the rusty multi will break.
You mean mechanics?
Yes. Whatever I said was wrong, mechanics.
Okay. All right. Once more with feeling, she says in character. Well.
All right. You didn't fail. So you do take a shock, but you've broken it. And I'm going to say, like, conceptually, you have severed hand ties with your shank before. You can do it again. So you've got Shu liberated.
Excellent.
Wow. Blaze is the last one.
All right.
Blaze, do you wish help being liberated?
Hello, I would like not to be chained up. There is no computers here.
I
It's
drop
very
down
sad.
to the ground and I just bite the chain.
Okay.
Once more with feeling.
Give me give me an attack with a modifier of 1 because it is because it's been gnawed on thoroughly by Anme. You sever it. Vrishka can use her shank to decouple Blaze's hands. You guys do have like almost like a goo, like armband style goo around your wrists. But otherwise, no evidence remains. If you want to pick up the chain, it's a 1/1 blunt object, 1 meter range, just standard blunt object weapon, really.
I'm keeping mine.
And after that,
all right, let's bounce.
You hear a human voice going, "Hey, snap inspection today, Goler! Wow, you're coming around that corner pretty fast." And you hear.
I really quickly turn off my translator.
I really quickly toss the Upsickeras parts that we've gathered into the other room.
So we're gonna fake it.
Ranged attack?
What do you mean?
Or are we running?
Wait, are you trying to toss it like across the hallway?
Yeah, that's a bad idea. They're right outside that guy's cell.
They're right
We're
outside.
Gonna see the
Never
toss.
mind.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, never mind. I
really quickly yell or say that. Oh wait, no wait. Never mind. I don't do that because I realized it's a bad jailer.
Yeah. So
it won't work.
Do you guys all
I go back to my hole.
You guys all like strike up your positions, right?
Yeah, I think one more time.
All right.
Yeah,
The Orbis Galore comes, looks, paddle whacks the around a little, and it says it looks at you all. It looks like it's inspecting the room, like from outside. It looks like it might have a reason to. Its eye stalks swivel with intent. And I'm gonna.
All will be fine. I inform it without my translator on.
What? Why?
And yeah.
I'm like, nothing's fine. We're trapped here. Trapped, I say, waiting for our deaths.
Their will shall be served. But you can't understand any of this. What you talking about?
So, yeah.
I'm not responding to your words. I'm responding to your chittering. I don't know what you said. You keep communicating in a way we can't understand.
Anybody who wants to either...
I assume that you're saying that, you're going to eat us, because I just assume that's what newsquays say when they turn out their translators. It's right like 80% of the time.
Also, to be fair, that was right like
you have
just
two,
earlier.
Right, you guys got two options reactively to this. You can use communicate to try and like distract the goaler while they're looking at you, or you can use maneuver to try and really look like you're definitely not free of your bonds, Mr. Person who knows these bonds and is inspecting you closely.
I am going to use
individually
to proselytize some. I'm going to just irritate him by proselytizing at him.
Amazing. Okay, so you can do that.
Here's
what happens. Yeah, so on May, you see that it's about to be on. They're about to be on to Blaze, but you can super stunt if you want to just completely take the attention of the goaler.
Lee, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and this pertains to the canon that I established a long time ago. Newsquay absolutely abhor the smell of Mirai pheromones. I'm going to be very loud.
All right, the Orbis Galore makes a sound saying, "Even through the steam, my desire to kill you grows. I would enter your chamber and slaughter you, but it will be much more satisfying to instead transfer you to the cell adjacent the hunting grounds."
Please, no, anything but that! No!
It skitters off, no longer wanting to suffer the scent.
I turn over to Chu and I say, "Sorry about that."
Can we bounce now? Can we leave? I don't want to get eaten. That is not my agenda today. I want to get a screen and check my space Twitter.
We really wanted to go to the death arena, both of them.
I need to update my space Twitter. This is very important.
All right, so I'm gonna grab the Upsickeras parts, toss them over to our friend here when the people are kind of out of the way.
Okay, yeah. So you
Blaze, what are you even doing here? Like, this is the most action-packed thing I've ever seen you in.
Well, there was trumpet charges.
But look, I was there, and I took care of you by totally not killing a lot of people, boss. It was a peaceful resolution.
Yeah. Someone in that cell manages to retrieve the parts.
Resolution methods
Really
don't pertain.
Blaze doesn't mind being in the chaos as long as it doesn't affect him. Right.
And I'm like, oh, you also know him.
This chaos is pretty fucking affecting me.
Mr. probably said he wanted to eat us earlier at some point.
Oh, I
I'm just
did,
going to
but
assume. But all right,
I heard them talk about how the reason why they didn't want anyone that wasn't already a group was that they tried to kill each other, and so I was trying to convince them that I wanted to kill you guys so that they would move on.
So that's going to be a D8 shock.
All right.
That's a with a 7. With a 7, you put a death grip on it, and you like actually just like squeeze its blood and parts all over you. And unfortunately for you, Anmei, you kinda grab the wrong thing, and you feel a prick. And now, give me a resilience test.
Here's hoping. Just straight resilience or endurance?
Endurance, sorry.
To the news guy, I'm like, I'll have you know, I'm actually pretty delicious. I eat well, I take care of myself, we taste like fruit.
What am I rolling? Fucking 4s? 1d4s? Like, come on, why do I keep getting 1s? That's 1d6 plus 3. So, 9. What's that one, Lee? What's my life?
It is fit. You randomly spout a string of obscenities. All friendlies who can hear you gain 1 edge, but you lose 1 edge. So you go down 1 edge, and your friendlies can still hear you, so everybody else get plus 1 edge.
I mean, D.
Yeah. Excellent.
I'm like, geez, what happened?
I am not good at throwing
Here's
things.
your shoulder.
What happened was, the focused, aware, and calm one hurt themselves.
Affirmative. Going to try that again, though. The ballistics to roll them over. Now that I'm no longer death gripping them.
Alright.
Oh, please work. Oh,
Yeah, you managed to get across, and they're like, hey, thanks. If you make your way to Raidu Way, tell him, Johnny Doo sent you.
Johnny Do. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. And with that,
Raidu Way. I asked my contact.
It's a place in the city.
Yeah, it is a place in the city. Alright, so you guys, I'm assuming you get in the hallway and you close the door behind you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. You are free to head.
I turn and I go, I look left. We could go so many directions. Left, right. It's not being chained to a wall in a steamy room. Oh!
Yeah, just in the secret murder wasp tunnels.
Yes.
It's like
indeed.
stepping
Are they
back in
steamy?
time to an immersive human empire experience.
I do not like the Human Empire. They sound pretty bad.
Yeah, so
and, I guess start moving.
if you guys want to just pick a direction and start seeking,
Actually, everybody seems to be coming from this direction, so maybe there's a way out. I don't know. I'm just making things up. But this seems.
You could roll a scrutiny if anybody wants to inspect this hallway
good
for
point,
any
good
clues as to which way you might go.
I'm actually decent at that.
So if we want to just move quietly, like, is it the person with the lowest maneuver rolling?
I think that's what we're keeping. Yeah. So who has the worst maneuver?
Woo! Y'all ready for this? I am the most sneaky.
Okay.
Holy shit,
I mean, shit. Yeah.
Okay. So Anmei like sniffs around and manages to locate like a path suggestive in one direction of like this is where most people come and go from and is high traffic and people with things that smell like the discharge of firearms and lasers traffic that way. There's another which smells of caves and ice and cold and some sauropod traffic, but not many others. A tunnel which might lead away from the civilized zone to a ravine of some sort. Do you want to take that path?
I turn to the party and say, one will take us towards our oppressors, one will take us into the wilderness. I do not think we are presently prepared to face the dangers of the wilderness. This is a cold planet, and we are naked.
I agree. I think what we should do is we should head back to we should head into the city, and we should sneakily file or have the paperwork filed to say that we were vowed by someone who just died. I believe this is all accurate, and I can roll systems to make. Or if you want me to roll systems to make sure I knew this, but have the paperwork filed to say that we were vouched for by someone who died just earlier today, so that would make us become unavowed and therefore not in prison anymore.
That is, in fact, how that works, and I think it's reasonable for you to know it.
Excellent. Let's go that way, towards civilization.
Excellent.
All right.
Whatever they call it.
All right, so
No.
yeah, so you guys head towards civilization in your prison jumpsuits. And
I mean, did they actually put clothes on me, or am I like normal naked?
I think they
We're
put
in jumpsuits.
I know they put a cute little Rast jumpsuit on the Rast, and they found like an ill-fitting like tank top to put like on you because they didn't have anything that was going to accommodate the rest.
I take it off.
And New Squad jumpsuit, a New Squad prison jumpsuit is just sort of something to cover up their one mouth / butthole.
Okay, so with a 3 maneuver, you guys managed to miraculously slip the edge of the prison through the hole that you are tracked to by Anmei.
Excellent.
You find yourselves in the tunnels of Hale Harbor.
Wow.
Excellent.
And you find yourself in like a hallway with a sign that indicates this way to seminary.
Well, shall we go find religion?
I mean,
everyone
it's pretty
can find
cool out,
religion,
right?
just
If
not
I don't
this
want
way.
to wander very far, I guess we could go through the seminary.
But the seminary will have all of the materials that we need to forge our documents and make it so that we weren't rightly in prison.
But before I go
Or we
in, I
aren't
would
rightly
like
in,
to
we shouldn't be in
lose
prison anymore.
Before I go in, I would like to lose the jumpsuit because a Rast can walk around without any clothes on without getting weird looks, and the jumpsuit's probably a prison jumpsuit of some sort. And also, you mentioned earlier that the bonds like get weaker in the cold. When you step outside into the cold, do you kind of
We're in an
shadow them?
underground.
You are presently in an
Oh,
underground
wow.
tunnel. But
Never mind.
they do feel like they're getting a little weaker now that you're not in the steam dungeon.
I'm gonna try to smack him against the wall a couple of times. I just want to get these wrists off.
You leave little like impressions of like torn bits on the wall as you walk. In addition to make a
I
loud
stopped
smacking
that.
noise.
I stopped that after the first one. I don't want to leave a
Kind of
trail.
like, oh, are you, leaving a trail so, Lassie can find us later? Or, our enemies.
What is going
A lassie or our enemies? Either one.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll have some shapeless cult robes for us to borrow.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
Mhm. Well,
So-
they might.
So up ahead, you spy like a bit of a door, and it looks it's the direction of the seminary stuff, but there is a complicating factor, which is to say that there is a turret that you spy before you come like into lethal range, set up over the door.
Okay, well this is bad.
Well, I guess this is how religion is run in Newsway space. No, I mean, I know that it is. I guess I look around like, hey, Blaze, do they normally have an external box for something like that? Can we shut it
I
off
look
from
around
this
for an
side?
external box or something like that.
Okay, so you recognize that as a Praetorian Guard turret. It is explicitly a remote fireable turret.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there is normally like a way to control it. There is normally a paired control box, but for installations, the FC Praetorian Guard turret will be connected to other stuff.
Well, it's ceiling mounted, you said, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, well, I could, if I had access to its network, I could do something. I don't have that.
Do we see the camera? Or, well, I guess it has its own...
Yeah, it has its own like
sensor.
sensors and stuff. I will say, what you do feel around the rock here is that there is some like porousness to it, and you feel like there might be like collapsed tunnels around here. if you wanted to give a closer look to them.
Yeah, I would definitely look around at some collapsed tunnels.
That would be a scrutiny.
We're really not
I
rolling
did
that
it.
great.
I only panicked a little bit.
We succeeded on basically everything. We're just racking up edge like crazy.
And a panic is a d6 plus the number.
Yeah. Oh no, it's how many
4 plus the number.
how many panics
A
did you get?
D4 plus 1.
Yeah, so
I have 1.
okay, then roll a d4 plus 1, yeah.
I did it good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you think that with your little handy hands, you could dig your way to something that seems to be led to by like a tunnel that seems to have collapsed around here, deliberately collapsed.
Can we try to like dig him up?
Yeah, you can, but like you're gonna have to go in and like you dig a bit of soft dirt away, and then there's more, and it's gonna take you on like a loop. Do you want to go? Do you want to like commit to that?
I kind of look at everyone and I'm like, I can try to tunnel through here. We're astro swimmers, not tunnelers, but you know, I can fit in a small hole. Wink, wink.
Horrible.
Is it like sized for that? I mean, apart from chains and like my one mandible shank, we don't really have good digging tools.
I got claws, kind of.
Yeah, so it would
They're
be
not deadly claws, but you know, they're good at moving water. And
it
what
would-
is dirt but earth
it would be
water?
Blaze's hands. Digging this is going to be an endurance. Blaze will get a modifier of 2.
Well, I'm very bad at endurance.
Why are natural?
I mean, I'd still probably be better, but than Blaze.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Also, you're strong.
I heard you people are like big concrete mixers. The early concept art of you was literally googly
so,
eyes drawn
okay,
onto
so
a
can we
concrete
go-
mixer. So good luck.
because I'm trying to figure out like this. It seems kind of like a shitty option, but also like it's our only option. So like we can't go back because this is like a straight path. It's only between like the prison and this place that's turret locked, right?
So that's the those are the so okay. The scrutiny that you have done has led you on this path, and yeah, you saw basically just like this is a straight tunnel, but you did notice that it looks like there used to be others that have been collapsed. This isn't the only one, but this is the one nearest to here. You could backtrack and look for others, which might be more promising or easier to get through or anything like that, but it looks like this has been collapsed to be a more or less straight with some curves shaft between here and the palace. This is the path that orbitologists are supposed to take when they're going to like visit the palace.
To visit the palace. How did we get here?
What is
The prison is
Palace?
under the
This-
palace.
Yeah, you were under the
Okay.
palace. You've just left.
Okay. So we're in a tunnel that they use for the
Hey, Fangovi.
spider wasps, and
You were okay. You escaped it. You escaped the wasps, and
Okay.
then you found the path between here and there, and now you're on that path.
okay. So all right, I see.
I honestly expected you to go the wilderness direction. That's the one that I had the map ready for. Sorry. So there is no map displaying the junction that you passed through.
okay?
All right. And there's
How high traffic is this tunnel? Like we haven't seen anyone or heard anyone since we got in here.
Onmei's scenting would indicate high traffic, but not right now. You haven't seen or heard anyone since you entered.
Okay, fuck it. Let's dig through this tunnel. So this one, like, where do we think it leads? Like, Blaze
No idea.
Like-
The place.
lead into the seminary?
It seems to get you closer to the seminary.
It's in vaguely that direction, but you know, I got no promises. This is the physical world. I don't understand nothing around here. Where are the screens?
Probably inside the buildings, Blaze, dear. Okay, I'm gonna start digging. I guess awkwardly using my mandible shank.
All right.
So it's in
Endurance.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and assist with that. With my everything.
All right.
That's okay.
All right. Yeah, Vrishka manages to. The tunnel entrance is created.
It's a dead human mechanic.
There's a dead dude in there. What?
Is the goal radiation?
Well, you see like some like yellow crackling, and you see. Okay, so he's got he has so next to him. So he's dead, right? He's got his wallet on him. He's wearing a maintenance rig, and in his hands around the time he would have died, which might have been a while ago because it looks like he's a pretty frigid corpse. You see a MOBA electrical tester. And it's next to some machinery with bleeping computers on it as well.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna step to the side and like, Blaze, your department.
Ooh.
Alright, Blaze. So there's definitely some crackling free electricity when you step closer to the metal platform.
Oh, okay. I don't stand on the metal platform then. That's a bad idea. Would it be... Could I, like... So there's various bips and boops over here that look like I could do fun things with.
It looks like you could gain direct access to the systems of the seminary, and like all of the like life support shit in the seminary if you could just get closer. And it looks like the electrical tools that are right there would help you do that.
Ooh, extra.
And I'm like,
now,
do I need to throw you onto something? I feel like that'd be entertaining. I don't know if it'd be helpful though.
Now, you do think,
why does
Blaze,
someone want to throw me?
Blaze, if you were standing on that corpse, you might be able to reach the rubber handle that is the emergency power shutoff.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I need to get on that corpse. How far is the edge of the metal to the corpse?
It's like a 2-meter hop. But you don't. This is kind of like a bad location for a run-up. You could either make a maneuver, or Vrishka could make a ballistics, depending on how you want to do it.
I look at Vrishka and I'm like, throw me. Don't ever tell anyone. Toss me.
Of course not.
Oh my god.
God damn
No!
it. Oh, no.
Make me a maneuver -2 to course correct in midair.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that thing cats do, where they like rotate and do their whole thing with their body.
Alright, with a shock of 5.
I forgot to do the -2, but even with the -2, I made it.
You freak, and Blaze, you gain one edge from.
One too. Oh no.
Yeah.
Like fuck. Wait, no. This is speciest.
You managed to make it onto the guy's body, and there's a rubber cutoff valve for all power to this system. You pull it. The power is down. You see the, it looks like a single maintenance test could fix up the wild electricity. But beside that, this dude has a wallet, a maintenance rig, and a MOBA electrical tester.
MOBA. Alright, so I am going to do some of that.
And the repair would gain a +1 modifier from the electrical tester.
Alright, and the repair would be systems?
Repairing it so that it's not going to fry you when you turn it back on is mechanics. Manipulating it after
I
that
can do that too.
is going to be systems. Meanwhile, Anmei and Shu, you guys hear the sound of footfalls coming from your north. Blaze, you fixed up the system. It's ready to power back on.
Alright, it's time to do some systems, baby.
Bing.
I pushed that. That is unacceptable.
And are you?
Oh, wait, no, I got
modifier
a
of
plus
1
from the tools,
modifier
right?
of 1 from the tools from the mobile
Okay,
electrical
let's see if
tester.
the tools do it for me, baby. No, okay. I'm just pressing it, pushing it, whatever it's called.
Ouch.
There we go. I almost didn't fail.
All right. So before I tell you what happens, what you're able to do there, Anmei and Shu, how would you respond to the sound of movement to the north?
Well, fuck.
To the north, I would, if moving to the south, different, but to the north, I would sort of just like clamber into the hole, not all the way down, just inside of it.
Sure, just like in the hole. And Anmei, what about you?
Down.
Yeah, I think I go in first.
I mean,
Yeah.
you should probably cover the whole thing with dirt, or it will be a very obvious hole that they'll
That's
peer down
what I
and be
was
like,
planning
"Hey,
on doing.
escape prisoners inside this hole."
I was planning on then covering myself or my back with like using the
Trapdoor spider.
wall stuff to cover my back with dirt and sort of just holding it like I were the ground.
And give me
Oh.
Become the wall.
give me a maneuver with a modifier of 3.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see that.
All right. So orbitology. So okay. You don't see this because you're covered in dirt. Actually.
Wait, you
Mhm.
could have a stalk out if you wanted.
No, I do not because stalk
Okay.
out is suspicious.
You don't know. You hear 2 sets of like human footfalls and 1 set of perhaps Newsguy adolescent by the cadence footfalls. They pass beyond. You hear a door open. You hear a door shut. Meanwhile,
We did it.
Blaze, you've
Yeah.
gained access to, and just to clarify, looting in this game. I'm assuming that the only thing you've taken is the tester thus far.
Yes, I'm gonna check with the body over more once I play
Yeah.
around with the electronics.
All right. So yeah. So with that system success, you managed to get into the system. Did you roll your freak or whatever it was?
My freaker only makes it so I can do
No,
stuff.
sorry. A D4 plus 3. D4 plus 3 because you got.
Oh,
a
my
panic.
panic.
Yeah, sure.
D4 plus 3 is 4.
I'm gonna take his maintenance rig too. That's armor, right?
Yeah, that's armor 2, and it also has life support and limited maneuver bonuses. So it's actually not a bad piece of kit at all.
Armor 2. So cute.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna fit you anyway.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
with a
I don't
shock
want it.
with a shock result of 4, you shift. It doesn't matter. Blaze, you get into the system, and you are basically at a local circuit breaker for the northern segment of the seminary. It looks like it's on 4 systems, and you can cut it off from power access. You can turn
Do it.
off. You want to turn off the
No.
whole area, or do you want to turn off like the turrets?
I would like to turn off the turrets. Turning off the whole area, I feel like will raise a lot of
Yeah.
alarms.
Yeah, so there's like, so you see like there's like security turrets and there's security sensors. You can switch off one or both or neither.
Both. Also, when Blaze got in, they went, I'm in.
Amazing. So you cut them off.
Once Blaze says I'm in, if I don't hear anything above me, I'm just gonna head right back up,
All right.
pop out from the dirt.
Yeah, and I'll follow. Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So the turret sort of like sags a little, but if you didn't know, you might not realize it had been turned off because it doesn't look that different. But yeah.
I'm like, look, behold my handiwork.
And I believe Vrishka indicated running that person's wallet.
Yep.
Yeah, you find within 30 Raidus and a comm box.
And I'm like, hey, Blaze, found you a comm box.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I grab it, I pull it open, oh my god.
Now, here's the thing,
Oh.
Blaze.
I got rub it on my face. I'm
It looks
yes.
it looks like when the mechanic died, it blew the battery.
No!
Oh.
But it looks
So
like the rest of it's
close.
salvageable. You just need a comm box battery. Or some
There
other way to
was
power
time
it.
now.
No, I can save you. I'll hold the power button and the hold button.
And I'm assuming Vrishka hangs on to those 30 Raidus. And whoever wants to
Hang it, right, News.
anyone who wants to can jack that maintenance rig, but moving forward, yeah, I mean the door.
I took it. I
Yeah,
already
first
put it
already
on.
did.
Alright, yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna
addressed
just
it.
go to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Does it open?
So it looks like it's it says scanners not found. Door opening door operating on default settings. And then the door does in fact open for you. The party can place themselves wherever they would like to be when that happens.
Well, if I do.
Well, when the door opens, I would like to be like here.
Actually, wait, I mean, I think I should cover this whole back up first. So I'd be doing that.
I'll
Okay.
assist.
Wait, I feel like Thrin would have a version of like the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
The
They
Maraud.
would probably have some
Marauders.
sort of youth organization for community service and such.
It's probably more about like like harmony than like paramilitarism.
Yeah, like by Nature Scout Day. Well, Girl Scouts aren't really
Definitely.
paramilitary.
They have a
Boy Scouts
natural
might be.
bent and a focus on community building and doing good for those around you, and
They're called the Maraud Mini Matrons,
yeah,
All right.
for sure.
also known as.
All right. Yeah. So you guys open the door and rocking the 4-4. Everyone do the dinosaur. Find a chamber beyond. It looks like there's a closed door to the south. And to the west, there is sort of like a glass windowy segment that will exist in 10 seconds. Trust me. Yeah, and it looks like it's like security tinted, such that like it's glass, but you can't see in through it. And otherwise, this is like a sitting area with some tables, like the kind that you have at colleges, where weirdly it's like a thing you could sit or put stuff on. You also notice there's a vending machine for milk.
Ooh,
And there's another vending machine for drugs.
Ooh.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
like, well, interesting. Okay, well, good news. It's not their barracks or meditation chamber. Other
It's like a
good news.
meditation
I've
chamber.
got 30 ways up the dead guy if anyone's feeling peckish or druggish. What kind of
Do they
drugs do they
have
have?
anything
Any
to
like
make
useful
calm
medical
down?
stuff?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So the drugs on offer.
Yeah, it's because I still don't have a screening, so I'm take the edge off.
Yeah.
They have all 3 common medical items. They have actually no, they don't. Sorry. What they have is they have on offer drop and drop and huff and I'm gonna say probably like weed parentheses edible.
Ooh, I want the edible.
So drop seems useful.
Yeah, drop would be all of your Raidus.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, if that's fair. I won't. If you say that, I'll be like,
Like, yeah, sorry. I think we're gonna need to get the emergency drop here. Or I mean, I could try to break the vending machine if you really want that edible.
Wait, if I had a battery for my comm box, I check the vending machine. Do they have comm box batteries?
Yeah, what
And
if
if
you
you I
hack
check
it?
those vending machines.
So there's milk and drugs available at these vending machines. There's no iPhone batteries.
I mean, it would be
Okay, so
like
I
that, let's
would
be honest. Like,
dirty
Android
Raidus for drop.
Oh yeah,
Acquire one drop.
bam! You acquire 1 drop. It ding ding. It comes out. It is rainbow citrus unicorn flavor.
All
Ooh.
right.
Amazing.
Okay, so these doors, do they have any like plaques or is it like a fire exit sign or something? on one of them?
So it looks like they are written in a peculiar Newsguy circular script. It is peculiar to the particular group of Newsguy. Who thinks that they might be familiar with?
When did it like even more circular than the usual circularity of Newswise script? How did they do that? I look like angrily.
The characters are
How did they
circle and the
do
sentence
that?
structure is
But
also
I
circle.
hate this
You
planet.
you're
How
thinking
long-
too too limitedly. You got to understand. You just got to focus on the image, and it tells you the answer.
Contact
Okay,
two.
local guy,
I
can't
believe
do
you might
these.
be the most.
Yes. So this is kind of like an arcane script even for Newsguy because it's like the holy text script. I would say this is a systems with the modifier of 2 for chew if they'd like to attempt it because well.
Because I know archaic scripts.
Religious news squad.
I only know like
This news guy is
Cobalt.
true. Our contact.
Oh man.
I really hope someone gets that true.
Didn't even hear what you said.
He said, he says, I know some archaic scripts. I'm like, well, I only know like Cobalt.
So I don't succeed in reading it because I panic and start shifting, right?
Yeah, you start shifting around.
Because it's all raw. Like I get just a little bit of it, and I'm like, ooh, this makes me uncomfortable. I'm just shifting about,
see?
and I'm not actually understanding what's going
Oh,
on.
you weird. Okay, well, looks like we're just gonna have to pick a direction.
I say left, because this door looks less important than that door, and more people are behind important doors than unimportant doors.
Yeah, I mean,
I
side
also
door
feel
with
like-
the security glass.
It
Yeah,
would
sure.
be nice to see
Reasonable.
the other side of security glass.
I mean, shit, if there was someone through that door, they've already seen us. So we might want to go
Yeah,
through there
I
and
feel
stop
like
them.
the alarm would have been blaring.
Mm,
Okay, so can
Well,
we
maybe
open
they-
this door?
yeah. So
Maybe they're dumb.
you approach the door.
Maybe for Dawn. Who
it's-
knows what these orb cultists do?
It says the door says security door default initiated. No sensors detected. And it seems like security doors by default just remain shut.
And I'm like, hey, Blaze, can you do your thing?
Not without a phone battery.
Um,
Can you
So,
do some hardware?
so the thing is, it has a little like hand thing to for bio signatures. You could pop it open and then use your electrical testers
Ooh.
to systems it, or
Hell
you could
yeah, I'm
use the
doing
rusty
exactly
multi tool to pop it open. Although you'd risk breaking it if it failed.
Jailbreak the security box.
Just like pop it open and just go beep beep.
yeah, I'm just beeping the boots. Let's do it.
Well, actually, I believe you're probably just connecting two solenoids
Yeah,
to make it
with
say.
that,
As I do that, I go beep.
Max, you're free to stunt as you will with systems. But the door opens.
What do you stunt with it? How do we?
There's a few different things, but you could get a +1 to future door hacks.
Yes, more door hacks.
All right. Well, the door pops open. You see a computer pretty immediately. There's no chair there. But
I run right to the computer. I press my face against the screen.
you see the computers. All of the monitors are dead with the static bouncing DVD sign, but it's like a newsguy circle. You also see there's a rack. There's a weapons rack at the southern end of this. It's got a grate on it, and there's a biosignature reader. But it's
All right.
Oh, come
Blaze,
on, Mama.
can you use
No,
this
how
to
dare
get us
you?
into, the official
Yeah.
network and whatnot?
This.
I turned the computer on.
All right, and so it has a biosignature reader, but it says it's not getting power. Do you want to it open?
Me?
The computer
Yeah.
or the
Vrishka.
I mean, I'll wait until Blaze either does the thing or fails to do it before just breaking stuff.
All right, so Blaze, you feel like you're gonna you assume as a hacker that there is either a network spider or an installation AI somewhere in the seminary. So you can go ahead and assume that this systems test will be contested, but you will be able to. And actually, this is gonna be straight electrical test. MOBA isn't gonna help you.
Well, I'm doing it anyway. They can contest all they want. This is the first functioning screen I've seen in too long.
All right.
I love your active character.
An archaic system boots up.
Hey, Cobalt is gonna come in handy.
And you see something that says, "Father scanning nodes. Father scanning nodes. No uncompliance
They have a
found.
father system.
Father scanning
How old is
nodes."
this tech?
This tech is very old and not very good. You easily outmaneuver it with modern techniques.
God, I
See,
love
what
the
I did is
frontier.
I said, hey,
Shit.
You
I did a classic move to trick Father. I'm like, hey, I need you to pick up some milk and cigarettes. Never have to deal with them again.
Oh my god. Yeah, so Father goes out for cigarettes and you Max, you've got stunts. You've got stunts. They're if you look at the
All right.
skills under systems, just because you might want to do it. There's also some general ones, but I'll drop them in chat what the system specific ones are. But yeah,
Probably
you
track-
can
probably
definitely
an
one of the
important
things you
system
can definitely do is open the fucking weapons rack in this room. I'm assuming you do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely opening the weapons rack. Make sure I open the system along previously hidden subsystems. Get the job done fast, 3 tracks. I mean, I feel like I outsmarted the thing, so I'm not going to bother too much about covering my tracks. I'm definitely I'm opening the grate on the weapons locker. That's thing one.
Hello, come to mama. I'll rescue
And then
you
also,
from
like,
this
you know,
hellhole.
looking at what else I can find information wise, like if they have like a map.
All right, so there's one Sir pistol and 2 harm batons, which are like non-harm batons, but you know, we're being real about the purpose here. And there's 4 charge packs, which is a reloads. So you can charge up all of those weapons and have 1 reload left.
Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna grab one of the harm batons and charge it, and then I assume Cap will grab the gun.
I grab. Well, Ame grabs the pistol, and she looks at Vrishika, and she says, "I like guns."
Like, yep, bangs are good, and I'm like, hey, Chew, want a harm baton?
Well, what is a harm baton's stats?
We can figure that out during the 10-minute break. Thank you all for coming out. 10:30 to 10:40. We will be on a swift break, and we will return to the adventures amongst these changed stars and answer that question for you right quick. The non-harm baton stats are as a 1/1 with subdue, powered 4, and most importantly, it has stun.
All right.
Alright, I will take it. I will take one.
Very cool. Well, oh my god, it's so bright.
Very cool, Kanye. Very cool.
No one's cooler than Blaze.
Yeah, this is not going at all how I planned, but I think it's pretty good. I think I was sufficiently prepared.
What did you plan?
I said Lee told me a little bit about his preliminary plans for how this would go, and yeah, we did literally nothing he expected.
My plan was to railroad you, and then I thought about it, and I said railroading isn't fun, and it isn't. So we're doing something more fun instead.
Well, I mean, like, if you want to just do gladiatorial combat, just start us there. But like, if you start us in a cell, we're immediately going to try to escape. Like,
Yeah.
I thought about just starting you off in the gladiatorial combat, but then I decided, I want to see where the chips lie where they may.
He said, I want to know, can you show me? I want to know about these creatures like me.
ha ha ha.
Fucking ridiculous. Lee, you never fail to impress.
That's because I always dress to impress, except for literally tonight.
I mean, yeah, I thought you said you were gonna wear. I thought you said we were
I've
gonna
worn it
wear
like
that.
every day since Tuesday. I think I gotta let it breathe.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's usually
You've
good.
worn what every day since Tuesday?
A very fine accessory.
Mm.
Gonna go. Got 9 minutes. Gonna go re-up on some bevies. Hey, Mr. Turtle.
Yep, I gotta go do a thing as well. What else is that I needed? Oh, headphones. My headphones broke during the session. Check.
So my dad apparently made a comedy video for his work. I didn't get any context when he sent it to the group chat, so I assume it's for like an employee contest or something. He has a disgusting amount of employee spirit, but it involves basically simulating like getting data. So it involved going to a bunch of places in our house and grabbing random things and handing them off to someone off screen. And so when he was doing the fast version, it involved a lot of things like a banana and my dog, but also it reminded me that apparently we still have our full-size Legolas cardboard standee, which we bought from my mom as a joke back when Lord of the Rings was big, which means that this survived our move, which we did while I was in college, like 10 years after that. I can't believe we brought it.
Why would you get rid of that?
You gotta
packed the Legolas standee. Moved across state lines with it.
Yeah, why would you get rid of that? That's a conversation starter. It's a companion. It's a Home Alone-esque scenario tool. It's probably the most practical thing that you have in that, or that they have in that house.
Yeah, the most practical thing. Not any of the cooking implements or the tools.
In a Home Alone based scenario, you need to make it appear like the house is occupied.
I mean, that didn't work though. The burglars still came.
You know what would have made it? Would have sold it if one of those things were Legolas.
Yeah, that would be more realistic. If one of them had bow and arrows.
What? Do you not wander around your house with a bow over your shoulder?
No, and in fact, I do not. I mean, I think they're
really not
still
living
like
life.
my old Nintendo swords, and we have like a really old dull foil, a proper sword, and then also like dull foils, but like not useful weapons. Do you have a bow and arrow, James? Is this a thing you could pull out to Katniss Everdeen for us?
Unfortunately, no. It broke when some dummy tried to string it the wrong way.
Is that you?
No. This was some other dummy.
A member of your family is just like, oh,
I would never call myself a dummy. I call myself an idiot.
Of course,
call me dummy because I'm thick.
Plus,
And that's why I would never call myself
by your mental abilities.
Wow. I'll show you a mental ability. Welcome to Change Stars role-playing game. Alright, so.
I made another one.
Ooh. Alright. So
35.
here you guys are. And Max has just Blaze is just hacky-wackied. And Blaze, I have shown you all of the stunts that are possible for for both specifically systems, which came first, and then the overall modifier, or the overall ones for any test.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely doing. I'm gonna.
You have one stunt.
I'm gonna unlock previously hidden subsystems.
All right. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
You see a little.
I guess you could say. I'm in.
So yeah, you see something, and you start to see really weird stuff because it's saying it's giving you ship telemetry data, but you're not in a ship, and it doesn't have the sensors for it. But it seems to think there's like something that just like it has like what would more or less be Navicomputer functionality at a stationary installation, and
wild.
And all of them are labeled like AR telemetry or AR this or AR that.
Armor light rifle. All right. Well, clearly they lost track of the space at some point, put a Navicomputer in there, so they don't lose it anymore, understanding what a Navicomputer is. Some people don't know how computers work at all.
Does this have a connection?
Or this was a crashed spaceship converted into a building and they used the existing mainframe. One of the two.
Oh, fine.
Does this computer have a connection to the bureaucratic mainframe?
So
Blaze?
So, Blaze, you do see that there is a connection while you're doing your hacky-wacky, although, of course, you have gained unauthorized access to this terminal and not covered your tracks, so it's a matter of time before the AI realizes you're here doing stuff. But, you could... so you do see that there is there's a hardwire connection between here and the palace where the list is maintained. You could...
And the list being who's good, right? Who's good with religion, who's an Orby boy.
Yeah, so the master list.
I would love to put about 4 entries on that master list.
So here's the thing. You're already in there as unavowed. You need to update your entries, and you need to pick a viable ID. Here's the thing, though. The coroner is not very swift with reporting the recently dead. So you see a few dead people, but you don't know how many of them could have vouched for you while you were in prison, because you've only been in a few days. But
okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Actually, here's the question. Before I just say what I'm gonna do. I did not cover my trail on this terminal, so I need to act fast. However, if I just go to the other terminal, could I restart the process of getting into the mainframe from there and take a bit more time with it?
I mean, but won't they just send people to this terminal, which is right next to it?
You will change physical address. It will not give you much more time.
I'm not going to bother then. Okay, so yeah, I'm in. I guess what I would do is I would...
who, what our cover story should be? Help him with the detailed parts. People in the area.
Is there anyone who has recently, or who in the last day or so filed a flight request out of the
I'm not worrying about that right now. I'm registering us as not criminals.
You don't have access to Spaceport's ATC from the seminary. You could try and hack there, but it would be an outbound hack from a place where you're trying to hide.
Yeah, no, it makes sense not to.
But yeah, so what you have right now is basically the list. You do have some information about these individuals.
Are any of them Rast?
Yeah, some of them.
I think Rast is a pretty good bet. I think Rast would hand them out on opportunities.
There's merchants.
Find the right one who's willing to corroborate.
Yeah, you do notice that there is one Rast that
these are all dead.
There's one Rast who seems to... Oh, are you trying to go through the dead?
I thought you said the dead were the ones that we would be saying we would make it so a dead person gave it to us before they died.
Yeah, that was Chu's plan. Yeah, you going for that?
Yeah.
I mean, or we could just pick a living person and come to an arrangement with them.
Don't we have somebody's name? Wait, what was that guy's name that we were told?
That guy told you that guy's in prison, and he said to say his name.
To someone.
To somebody in Raidu Way.
Yeah, just anyone in Raidu Way.
Oh, to anyone in Raidu Way. I thought there was a specific...
I mean, we could just wait until we get somewhere, find more information before putting ourselves into the system properly. Or we could just choose a fucking name.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you see if you...
Bad cover's better than no cover.
There's a handful of dead Rast. Azuda Dubade should do. But you're going to need to craft the identity across many variables that you don't recognize. You realize that they've been inputted in Newswire shorthand. Chu recognizes it. Yeah.
I
We're
will
going to do
help
that.
out. Do this and this and this and this and this.
Okay, here's how this is going to work. Chu first rolls the systems. All of Chu's stunts
deal with bureaucracy, right? So I get my red tape.
Correct. All of Chu's additional successes are going to be a positive modifier on your systems test. Okay, so now Blaze makes a systems modifier too. Yeah, you both go dual hand on the keyboard. No, the first one just succeeds, so that Chu can get you in at all.
You want this and this.
I'm gonna go guard the door and not watch this beautiful creation take form.
All right.
I'm very poorly in, but I'm in.
Oh, and you guys can see through the security side of the security shutter.
Yeah, security shutter.
Next.
And do you leave the door open? You're guarding it, or do you close the door?
I mean, close the door.
All right.
Is there any way I could try to do some work here? Is there some sort of system key that allowed our compatriot Blaze to get in.
I'm more or less. I'd probably say at some point, let's see the father system in here. So like, this isn't a digital
Father
playground.
system. Got it. I want a map.
You
Oh,
want?
I would love a map too.
you want like a physical map of this area?
I
mean,
want. Well,
just
my
to
character
see
wants to know.
what it looks like.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you could check the desk drawers, maybe.
Ah, yeah. Well, she's looking through the system,
Oh, yeah,
and
you
she
look
wants
at
to
the
see
computer.
if there's like security cameras or something.
Of you need to specify of Hale Harbor or the seminary.
The seminary.
There's security sensors. All of them in the wing that this views are offline.
Oh God, that's so. Ugh.
We did that.
You can see like there's a map.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a
that
map.
was me.
There's a map overlay of the sensor nodes. They're all
Okay.
blinking as off.
Okay.
But yeah, you
No,
guys
no.
do hear a sound of like this door to the south opening, and 3 people enter. It looks like 2 humans and a Newsguy adolescent.
Well, are we ready to start killing people to defend ourselves?
How about we just hope they don't come into this room?
I highly
Oh,
doubt
wait.
that they won't.
By the
We can
okay,
hope.
if anyone asks, we're IT.
That is a great
Yep.
suggestion.
All right.
I mean, yeah, we're here to fix the sensors that went down, right? Gestures to maintenance rig.
All right, Blaze, you just managed to change your biometrics to having been vouched out by someone who is now dead. You are now theoretically unavowed towards the bottom
Yay.
of the social
I
strata,
did it, guys.
just above vouched, which you temporarily were by the
Social mobility. Woo!
The people disappear from view of the security shutter, but it looks like they're cutting towards your door with some gusto.
We're doing IT, guys. Remember, we're all
Yeah,
IT.
IT. I closed the shutters.
True,
on
you
the-
back me up. You're used to the IT.
And I'm
We're all
like,
IT.
you're gonna bless for us, right? Because
course. I am just going to using all of the garbage that Blaze has said when he's like going into computers before. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
be
god, he's just gonna be like,
directing
you know what
the
he's gonna be like,
fixing the
yeah,
sensors.
we're in. Hack the planet. Backdoor into the mainframe.
Find out where the
I
source.
just say it repeatedly.
We gotta download the API.
Oh my god.
Download the
Amazing.
API. Oh my god.
Don't
Okay.
forget to do the SQL injection.
All right, so the door is about to open. Who's standing there when it does? Or are you guys where you are?
Okay, so is this the
I
door?
mean, I'm gonna
Oh,
be at
This is the door right here.
I'm gonna be performatively ITing.
It occurs to me that we may want to put the but if we put the weapons back, then we won't have them when we need to kill these people.
I have mine on my belt. or
I am
in
going to
my-
conceal the weapons in
front of the
my
weapons.
underbody.
I'll stand over here and fix its sensor,
So
I
I'm basically
guess.
standing on top of the weapons with some of my bottom hands holding them.
The conspicuous
And I'm
thing-
actually on the
empty
computer
there.
doing actual hacky
Alright.
whack.
All right, so you want to hack the system, or you just looking at a map?
I'm in a position that I close the tab and I bring up something that looks more like
All right.
I'm trying to work on.
The Orbitologist walks and looks around and says, "You there? Why are you within the seminary? I do not recognize you."
The security was down. We were sent to figure out what was going on.
Who dispatched
IT.
you to this place?
I look at Blaze.
So
This guy is walking
Can
right
I
up next to
roll-
Blaze.
something to know who his boss's boss is.
Yeah, you can roll you can roll systems -1 because you're not super familiar.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and so told my boss to send
Yeah, like,
to
it's,
send their
like-
team in, and we're just the team that was
like,
supposed
they
to come
would
in.
never.
They're currently looking for it for the source of the mainframe issue and the problems with the
You expect
ACI
us-
database.
You
and so-
expect that such an individual would dispatch you without the proper authorization and
In fact,
accompaniment?
my boss.
And the people are like coming in, and yeah, at around this time, like they're looking around, they're not believing you. Who wants to sell the lie?
All right.
I mean,
Chew is the one speaking, so he's literally the one lying.
I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
listen,
roll that.
clearly there was an
Yeah.
SQL
So,
injection
will-
into the back
do you want me
line
to
of the
roll
mainframe,
communicate?
and the DDoS has taken down the sensors. We need to quickly reboot the resets and set it at the bot swarm and the
Amazing.
I just
Affirmative.
shout a bunch of techno babble.
All right, Blaze is going to give a
Not
positive
much,
modifier. Actually, yeah, no, Blaze gives me same way as last time. Blaze, you roll a communicate, and all of your extra successes will punish you, and then you get a +1 as well for like people who are just, passively assisting. So another +1 from Omne. So give me a communicate, Blaze.
All right, I'm not very good at communicate.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
sure
not.
good at communicate.
All right, so Chew make a
I'm
communicate.
gonna push it.
Well, Chew is the
Can
one
you with
lying.
you can't. You.
Not if you
Okay.
panic.
Oh, I panic. I forget how that works. Never mind.
Except for a shock.
Yeah, so give me a D6 +3 because you got 2 panic signs.
Can I also do the communicate bonus thing?
On Mage, you want to like speak up?
Otherwise, you're just giving me a +1 for looking hackerly.
Yeah, no, I would say, pardon my interruption, but that one over there speaks truly. We were brought here by, I don't know their names, but one of the newsguy.
Brain ornithologist just
And
hacks
the
half-heartedly.
orbitologist
We are
like,
the best recently avowed IT support team that
and they're
you'll
like,
ever find.
and they're like, wait a minute, what is the Mirai doing here?
I've been here for some time.
You don't.
I am
you
not
don't-
allowed to walk freely amongst the newsguy.
You
because
don't look
I'm
like a
informed that I smell bad.
You don't look like a Ronin, and you don't look like the Mirai from that hive.
I
Interlopers,
was not a Ronin.
and they like step in, and they're not looking.
Excuse me. We recently were avowed.
All right, so Chew, it's now communicate -1 because
All right. Well, that's still doesn't.
I am going to
it's a success.
either help. I'm going to just be yelling at them. Either help us or get out right now.
all right, give me a communicate with a -1. Wow.
Oh no, it's going mission critical.
We have job to do. If you're not helping us here, you're in the way. You are harming the orb. You're harming your duty of the orb, or to the
The
orb.
Oh no,
Get
the
out.
ram!
The orbitologist should not have edge. That was I entered their health.
Hmm.
Because I didn't realize. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess you got a bunch of stress. Communicate.
Yeah, you managed to bluster. You managed to bluster them, and they're like, "Oh, well, we will be speaking to so and so."
Let's
And
see.
sounds like they're running off to talk to their boss about this instance. And one of them
All right, we have to
actually,
leave.
yeah, they actually like step outside, like near the door, and one of them like whips out their comm box and starts calling.
Blaze's eyes blaze. Okay, it's like, I got me an identity. We gotta get out of here quickly. How long
Yeah.
would it take for me to do it for the rest of the party?
No, you
Did I
done. No,
ever
you
get a
did.
layout?
You did.
Yeah, no,
you did everybody at
File all the
once.
paperwork for us.
You,
Oh,
you,
okay.
you just like collect the checkbox next to 4 people and then put in the same shit.
Okay, and I'm like, well, we should probably bounce. We need to get out of here.
Did I ever get a? Did I ever get a?
I am going to step out
Also,
into the
we need
hall.
to be going back in the direction that we came
Yes,
from. Which is
Omni.
So I'm going to
Omni
step out
has
into
a
the
map.
hall and say,
Yeah.
our
Okay.
technicians appear to have located the vault being somewhere outside. Is there some sort of external box that you can access the system from?
The orbitologist, like you hear the sound of a phone picking up, and the orbitologist says, "Is there an IT? Is there supposed to be an IT
Okay, wait.
team?"
If I hear this, can I quickly try to kill whatever like cell phone repeater there is in this building?
I don't think that's how cell phones work. Like, you don't need one in the building.
A lot
If
of
you
office
go there-
buildings. A lot of office buildings in the present day will have cell phone repeaters because the signals have a hard time getting inside. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
if they
but
do
it's
it in an internal colony.
Space future.
So you know there's a comms tower outside, and that comms here aren't great. You could try and squelch it with white noise, but this fast, it's gonna be a systems -3, and it's not
I'm
gonna
doing
hold
it.
forever.
I'm going for it.
Hacky
Hack the
wacky.
planet.
The orbitologist is just saying, like, is there supposed to be a Thren, a
Hack the
Rast,
planet.
a Mirai and a Newsguy here doing IT, and before the person on the end of the line can respond, like they hear like a blaze like overcome their
Come
ear.
on, do you want to be the
A blaze
tell me,
overcomes it?
Is there something that could have turned off the system from the outside?
The Orbitologist looks at the Newsguy Adolescent, and the Newsguy Adolescent sort of like, says, I will inspect. And then sort of like, crawls outside and begins like doing a little digging and finds some dirt very loose and begins to pop into a hole. And the Orbitologists are like kind of like walking out, and one of them is like, that turret
Right,
doesn't
let's
look like
walk
it's
in.
online.
Just go deeper into the place.
All right,
Let's get out of here.
Anmei has found a map. You could use the map.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Door
close.
really quickly.
You can't lock the door, but you can close it.
I mean,
Can we
it's
break
not
it?
really that helpful if we just open it.
I mean,
you
by
mean,
what means would you like to lock the? Like, do you want to jam the door somehow? Do you want to like shoot something? Do you want to break something?
Oh yeah, we want to permanently.
No,
break
we're in here legitimately, at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to figure it
silent.
out in like 5 seconds
Doesn't-
of the recently dug
This debate.
Well, yeah.
No, stop. This debate
Those
never
are gonna
happens.
call
Max,
someone-
shut the fuck up. I will mute you in the call. This debate never happens. Vrishka acts at the moment. None of this happens. What does Vrishka do at
Sorry.
that second? Does she break the door?
Okay. Yeah, if I can figure out a way to do it.
Mechanics. You have a maintenance tool. You can just jam it and crack. It's rusty.
Alright.
If you fail, it will break. Modifier of 1. Okay, you break it
Well-
instantly. Before anybody knows what's happening, you guys hear the sound of something going. The door has been broken behind you.
Okay, come on, let's get deeper in. Let's get out of the seminary, through the seminary some way, and get to real civilization.
Okay, done. You guys have a map because Anmei looked at one. You are out in Hale Harbor. Okay, sorry, but like if there's no like if you can't debate an action in character, do not try to supersede another player. They act.
Oh, Bobby.
You live with the consequences. It's fine. But yeah, you guys make it out into the tunnels. Bam, you're in Hale Harbor with the cover.
Okay.
We did it, everyone. We
We're
saved
legally
ourselves.
in Hale Harbor. Sort of.
Okay.
This isn't going to last long.
So,
By the end of
where's
the
the
day.
giving you
clothing
that
store?
up here. So we probably need like a ship and money, but yes, also like clothing, but also money
Oh, yeah,
to
money's a
get
good point.
things.
We need clothing. Blaze needs some sort of computer or phone or something.
Or a battery,
I
I
have a
guess.
plan. I wait until I want to pickpocket someone for their phone and wallet.
Okay. We find ourselves on the street, so to speak.
How many people are there that would be walking around who would have phones and wallets?
Quite a few.
This
This
various people. It's just like a city.
this place has a population of like somewhere around 10,000. So like, there's a noodle joint. There's people. Like the place is kind of bustling, all things considered.
Oh shit! Wait, I
So
totally didn't
hungry
realize.
for meals. We were not well fed in that prison.
Oh man! Also, this place
Yeah.
looks amazingly. Your art is just once again spectacular.
Well, it's your art. But yeah. Do you guys? Does anybody
Well,
here?
There's various levels of art. Pat made the paints, but you painted the picture.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you guys? Okay, so like,
I want a robe. I stick out like a
an
green dot.
important question. Like, is anybody still wearing their prison jumpsuit?
Yeah, I mean, no. Well, I guess I have the maintenance rig on now, so no.
Yeah, you look like a maintenance worker outfit, basically.
I have the tank top around my waist as a belt.
All right, so it's not immediately obvious what it is, although it's
No,
the.
it is definitely not.
Yeah, so everyone else is
I'm
thinking.
just-
refusing to wear clothes because, as a new squad, I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, me too.
Rishi, thank you for the sub.
Hey.
Yeah, and there's people milling about. There are some people who are like merchanting kind of in the street. There are some people who are more or less loitering in the street. Various humans look around, give a scant glance.
Important question. Since I've arrived here, have I made any friends?
Do you have that talent, and do you want to test it?
I mean, I have social connection to talent.
Yeah, roll that. Throgging.
Alrighty. So, not really, but I know some lots of people probably.
You know the bartender, a bartender who works at a small cantina off Raidu Way.
At
Okay.
the small
We should head towards Righty Way.
Speaking of which, okay, so guys, give me a scrutiny to find a likely mark for pickpocketing.
Yeah, boy. I need to pick them pockets.
Okay, yeah,
Don't call me
I
Sir
just do a bad job.
alright, Blaze gives me a D4 plus 3 shock. But after that, you, Anme can point out to you, a woman who has stopped to,
That person. She
you know,
looks oblivious.
she's like checking out something.
In looking around, Blaze trips on his own feet and falls down.
With a plus 3, that gives you a result max of, I believe, 6, so let me just check something really fast.
Everybody is tripping. We all tripping.
Bitches be tripping. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, so... Yeah, no, you fucking trip.
I'm like, ow.
And the woman looks.
Gotta get back up.
The woman looks up from her papers at you, notices you, then looks back at the papers she's examining.
Okay, very cool. Okay, so what we're gonna need to do here is, we need to do a classic bump and thrump. Thrump being the sound of taking something out of someone's pocket. Everyone knows that sound. So I would like one of you to bump them, and I can thrum them. As in, distract them with accidentally walking into them. Look at, I don't know, your hand or something, and you have a phone.
I'm not a pickpocketing expert, but I feel like normally you bump them so that you can grab the thing. If someone else bumps them, how are
This
you
is an old
grabbing the
Rastian
thing?
technique, because if a Rast bumps you, it's their face in your ass, and people, in our hands, it doesn't work out.
Oh my god.
I hand someone, I would say, I'll give you my doesn't work comm box, and you can pretend to look at that, and then walk into them, and when they're distracted by you bumping into them, that's what I take. That's what I go for.
That is a wonderful idea. I will not perform this activity.
And I'm like, I'll do it. I'm up for anything. It doesn't seem like the best plan, but who cares? If you wait around for a good plan, you'll be waiting all day.
No, I saw this. This is in Grand Theft Auto 47.
Alright, so Blaze, with one person assisting, and the +1 from Anime picking a particularly good mark, someone who is distracted, you have a total modifier of 2 on a maneuver test. And
Dope.
whoever comes into distract comes into distract. But yeah, that's your go.
Yeah, boy.
And she a lesser pickpocket would have been found out, but you are not. And she sort of remembers that she needs to hurry on somewhere shortly after. And you find
Please tell me your phone's got a battery.
the spoils of. You find a key card and a comm box. This phone has battery, baby.
Does she have any money? Okay, whoever, you can keep the comm box with no battery. I got a comm box with the battery. Bing.
Like, cool, I can play Tapping on a Dark Screen, my favorite game. I mean, I will pocket it though in case we need the parts later.
You find a key card for a new town apartment and a comm
Ooh.
box.
Did she have any money that I got?
Nope.
Well, the apartment's
All right, well,
perhaps
A-
there's more clothes there in which to change.
yeah, I mean, shit, sounds like we should burgle the place, but...
Let's go burgle them.
I mean, you discussing burgling them outside the noodle shop? As a ass, like, get your wares
Hush
here.
voices.
Wares and bullets here. I love wares, I love bullets, and I've got them on sale.
I turn my
So,
voice
I feel
box
like-
really low and I just kind of stick it at
Look.
here.
We don't really need new clothing except for you, Anme. Like, we gotta Ronin you up so you can blend in here.
Affirmative.
But we also need money to get, goods and services.
Well, I mean, sort of. I mean, it depends on what we're
Or
trying to
threat.
do. Like, I'd like to leave here, so I don't know if we need money for a shipjacking. We could go look there and see what we do need before just acquiring stuff at random.
All right,
Yeah,
well, I would
yeah.
like to hack this phone. I want to get in. I want to win the most popular iPhone game of all time. Guess my password.
All right, you're breaking a phone, and you have the Freaker talent, which doesn't explicitly give this to you, but I would say systems with a modifier of 1, because
All right.
you're used to using phones to hack, so you probably are good at getting into them.
And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, honestly, you're right. If we're gonna go to the apartment, we should go now while she's probably not heading there.
Yeah, so
She
4,
notices their key card is stolen.
5, 6, 7.
I mean, lost.
You have a death grip on this phone as you're hacking it.
Yeah. I'm just so excited to finally have a phone again.
Yeah, right.
The first thing I'll do when I get in is actually I'll check her calendar, see if she's like going home or has an appointment or something.
She doesn't use the calendar feature of her combox.
Damn it.
You do
Unorganized wench.
You do see, however, that there's lots of messages about costuming and appearances. It seems that she handles the back for a variety show.
Oh.
Oh, I just pickpocketed
So
someone
who deserved it.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can leave her phone back in. We can leave her phone.
No,
in
she's
her
not getting the
apartment.
phone back, but like, it feels bad.
We can just steal the battery and put it in this other
You
perfectly
gotta
good
understand,
combo.
Max feels bad.
No,
Blaze
I'm
does not feel
I'm
bad.
keeping this phone. I just feel bad. I feel bad. My character doesn't give a shit. I feel bad.
Where's Newtown?
Okay, so I'm assuming this is like all you really want to explore on this map because yeah, unless you guys
I have no money.
you have gotten out of prison where they do not feed you well. If you want to, oh yeah, you have no money. You probably don't want to steal a ramen bowl.
We gotta buy food without money.
Yeah, all
Let's
right.
go back to her apartment. Perhaps she has food.
Or money. Or both. Probably both.
All right, yeah. So you
Oh,
guys
wow.
know that. So like, you guys hear the sounds of people being like, "Woo!" and like they have like foam like hands on their way to the Ouroboros. And then there's like another. That's like semi outdoor, but you can also just take the tunnels through to reach Newtown, which is right next to the West Garrison, and is probably rather filled with warriors. But as we get out, let me just share some Hale Harbor locations you just know about with you, and also you definitely know. Because it's on like local Google, there's like a deep web ad for Raidu Way. It's in the Mineway markets, the western end near the spaceport. But yeah, you would know that.
I say let's head through the Ouroboros area, the outskirts of the Ouroboros, so that we can freeze off these cuffs. Because that's outside, and so
it's not a bad idea. On the other hand, which way did she go? The woman who I pickpocketed.
Yeah, also...
She, it looked like she was headed towards the palace.
Okay,
Oh
cool.
my god.
Perfect.
Well, okay, so we go that way. I mean, it's the one way that people might recognize us, because Shu might be there. Skoo might be there.
fair
Rusty
enough.
guy from earlier.
Don't want to go towards the.
Yeah,
Overlord.
hopefully she'll have like a knife in her apartment. We can just cut these off.
Yes. Water with which to wash our wrists.
All right, so you wanna head like so do you, which way does the group advance?
Can't we go? What's this?
Yeah. That's just
Oh.
more tunnel. Like there's some like mixed living quarters and like stalls. Like there'll be people who are selling like get your protein paste, get your protein paste here. But there's not like a very well set up market. You move through
Yeah,
to
let's go that
Newtown.
way.
Newtown is a much more uniformly excavated place. Some of the doors have like cameras in front of them. You check the keycard's number, it doesn't. But you are close to the West Garrison.
None of the charm of Old Town.
Yeah, none of the charm of the dilapidated hovel hovel thing next to the store station. None of the charm.
Community.
You guys hop into an apartment, and quite frankly, hold on.
Quite frankly, I didn't have an apartment ready. You guys are going way off the rails.
Quite frankly, I'm like gonna grab something from. I'm gonna grab the one that I made for you, Max. In it's always shining Ichthus Station.
I was actually expecting that. I'm here for it.
And I'm like, all right.
Which worked because I said my car, my
Pizza delivery people who forgot the pizza. I guess we'll have to figure out a different way to.
No, this is perfect because I described my apartment as full of costumes, and she's a costume designer.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys roll up in the Old Town apartment, and So the door, you have a key card that lets you in, and there's not like a door stoppo making sure the right people are going in every door. So as long as you go in with confidence, you're fine. But here's the thing. There is a newsguy, there's 4 newsguy adolescents, all with weapons, bearing the garb of avowed warriors, nearby. And they kind of begin, like, idly noticing you, as you, like, walk up to the door.
You know, I already said my thing about the pizza, and I said
am
that
going
in
to
character.
walk up to them and ask them directions because I have
Okay.
urgent business in the market area, and I just really I really need to know the fastest way from here to the market area.
Okay.
I'm new in town. I have business.
Give me a resolve. Give me a resolve test. Just saunter up to them like it's nothing and hit them with that.
Ha!
I'm assuming it went well. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah. They look back and forth and they say you're very new, and then they explain to you where it is, and they also mention be careful not to cross the avowed of the orb, for we are favored by the most holy shape.
Of course.
Yeah, so they're a bit standoffish, but you keep your cool and you don't give them any reason to suspect anything. They really think that you're an out-of-towner, which you are.
And so hopefully that gave you guys enough time to slip inside and get
everybody
changed,
else
get some
is-
food and whatnot.
everybody
I
else
will
is
start
inside.
heading off towards the market.
Yeah, there is a you know what? There's a mix of costumes here, and I am about to take a moment of self-satisfaction in being able to actually use this handout. So there's only clothing for there's like 2 sets. There's like some spare sets of clothing that's just like human woman average height. Would probably fit a Thren just fine. But there's a variety of costumes, all shapes and sizes. In the document, ignore the fact it's called Scoo's Selection.
Amazing.
But there's
Oh my god.
a stripped maintenance rig, glamorous scraps, heavy sports pads, or a spiky body harness.
You should get me those glamorous straps.
Wow. I'm totally. I think actually, honestly, spiky body harness. That's what I go for.
I think I'm gonna go for. I'm tempted to go for glamorous straps. It sounds nice.
You should do it. You should do it. Sounds cute. Sounds your speed.
I'm doing glamorous straps. I'm doing it.
All right. Bear in mind.
I guess we can get the sports cuts, but I think by
Bear in mind,
maintenance,
they're mechanically terrible for my
better
character than
cover.
I'm not character.
Bear in mind, there are 2 of those things do have the exposed property, which means -2 to endurance tests to resist stuff like
Okay.
freezing.
I'm confused. How is it how is wearing these scraps worse than not wearing clothing at all?
If you were not,
I assume the -2 still applies if you're not wearing
if you were not wearing clothing at all, you would also take the -2. Actually, but that's a
Okay.
good point because wait a minute. The only fucking party member that normally wears clothes is literally the Thren.
Yeah.
So he's a rasty as fur. I assume the clothing is mostly a fashion choice or armor.
Yeah, that's a good point. Honestly, yeah. Everyone who isn't a Thren ignores the exposed property.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, I'm wearing clothing, no.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
describe this glamorous scar. Paint a word picture for me, Lee.
It's like what's that a sci-fi story with things coming to the head like Zordan or whatever, and the dude wears the red monokini only over one shoulder.
The fuck are you talking about?
That looks like that.
That was an awful word picture.
I know what you're talking about, though. I know it's Zorgon or something. Does anybody in the chat know what we're talking about? There was this horrible 1970s or 1980s film with this guy who was dressed up in a Speedo and a BDSM harness, and he worshipped some floating head in the
Zorgon.
sky.
Do you think Zathura? Zorgons are a thing in Zathura. Zathura, A Space Adventure. It's a 2005 film.
No, it's not that. No.
Oh, that's the freaking Jumanji sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
there's-
right.
Whatever.
Rishka. Her fridge is so well stocked that if you are willing to utterly raid it and not lose it, maybe it's on Tar Rishi,
Let me look.
then you will never have to worry about food again in this game because tracking food supply is boring.
And I'm
No,
like,
it's not
"Sport provisions. Someone just went shopping."
Yeah, you see the grocery bag. She literally just finished.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That means she also probably won't be back in a while.
You give me a scrutiny to like once over her apartment for anything else of use other than costumes and food.
We're gonna run into her. She's gonna be like, "Hey, those are my costumes. I know because they're very unique."
I mean, yeah, the glamorous scraps seem pretty, and the spiky harness.
Okay.
And to be clear,
I have a gorilla grip on whatever I scrutinize, I guess.
Oh God.
Yeah, Blaze, you managed to seize upon, you seize upon, you reach between the seat cushions and pull out 26 Raidus, which are, of course,
Nice.
shaped like little, poker chips. And,
Nice.
you won't let go of the money. You finally have this money in your hands. Anybody else?
Oh my god, we're buying some fucking noodles, boys.
Anybody else who wants to can check, but
Actually, no, we have food now. Can we make noodles? Does she have ramen?
she's got ramen. If you wanna cook up some ramen.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll go
while
for
you're
ramen
cooking
real
up
quick.
ramen, I think my character, does she have potatoes, like raw potatoes?
She has a tuberous thing you can consume that is grown here deep underground.
Perfect.
Everyone just remembers
Take a
John's
couple.
outfit. Yeah.
They won't give me my dietary silica needs, I doubt, but they'll do something.
But okay, so
That one. Oh, that's way less sexy than I thought. Okay.
you find other glamorous scraps that look sexy. All right. Point is,
Awesome.
you roll me a thing. Okay, so just Blaze scrutinizes the apartment. Vrishka gets all the provisions. Anmei makes ramen or finds potatoes.
No. I'm gonna scrutinize as well.
All right.
I mean, Andre makes potatoes. Blaze makes ramen.
True.
Yeah,
Blaze, you
honestly,
make the-
I just grab them and toss them in my
Blaze,
bag.
you make ramen, but you have the Raidus like clutched in your hands as you do so. You drop one
Yeah,
underneath
no,
a stove
no,
burner and it
you-
melts. You now have 25
Maybe-
Raidus.
Now,
What the
now,
fucking writings are made of meltable plastic? This is a bad deal. These are bad material science.
All right.
Dollars are made out of burnable money.
Yeah, I mean, our currency is really physically fragile.
Pat, you find
Say that.
you find something interesting. You in her bathroom, which definitely exists. You find a single medikit
Oh shit!
Ooh.
for like
Oh,
emergency occasions. She doesn't have any medications in there, just a medikit.
Okay. Does are there any any cloaks or anything like the orb people were wearing?
Yeah, she does have one in the costume section.
Oh, good.
It's
I
stained.
put that on
It's
over
heavily
my spiky shit.
stained with like wine or something. It's a red stain
No,
over
that
it.
doesn't it doesn't matter.
All right,
Oh,
so
wait,
you
there's a red stain?
yeah. You also notice that she has something else. She has in that section. She has like some body paints.
Oh, okay. I
Ooh.
give myself some body paint.
All right,
I myself.
all right. So are you gonna Ronin yourself up, or is that gonna
Yeah.
be?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Not all Ronins have drawn on tattoos, but some do.
Yeah.
That's
All right. All right. So you Ronin yourself and make yourself look more Ronin-y.
And more importantly, non-Ronins tend not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you look rather identifiably Ronin, or someone who would gaze at you would assume that's a Ronin Mirai. Vrishika's got all the food goods. Blaze has made some ramen. You could all have a hearty meal of ramen. Chew's fucked off by now as part of his ploy. I'm assuming you join him if there's nothing else you'd like to do in the apartment.
I offer you some ramen.
I mean,
I assume that he
I guess I'll
doesn't-
bring him to have sports pad. Would the sports pads work for him, or is
Yeah.
none of this equipped for a new way?
You find some fit for a New Squad adolescent.
Of which kind?
The pad, anything.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take some pads then in case he wants them.
All right. With that, the party is out in the Newtown streets. The New Squad adolescent warriors from earlier. have wandered away, and
Dressed to impress.
yeah,
Important
you
question
see
about
a
pads.
you see a human.
Do armor points stack?
With natural armor, yes. Not with other armors, but with natural armor, yes. The human merc walks out, looks around, and he's like, "Oh wow, new people must have moved in across the street. Hi, my name is Bart."
Hi, Bart. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, Bart. I mean, we haven't really moved in. It was just, a sex thing.
And Bart's like, "Oh wow." He looks around and he's like, "I didn't realize."
And I'm like, oh, God, I'm kidding. We were just here to get costumes for the variety show company. Oh, God, you didn't think I was serious, did you?
He's like, "Oh wow, sorry, yeah, no, ha ha ha."
I lean and I'm like, it was also a sex thing, though.
Bart,
Oh my gosh.
you,
You joker.
You can't see Bart blushing under his Bappa helmet, and he's like, "Oh wow, yeah, well, I'm late for my guard, my gate guard duty, but you have a great time at the variety shows. I'm a great patron of the arts myself. Perhaps I'll see you perform soon." And
Community.
Honestly, I'm really happy that there's theater in this hellish dystopian Newsquay run frozen rock. I don't know. This makes me feel way better about it. That there's some performing arts live in this most desolate places. Because if people described this place to me and said, "Hey, do you think there's a theater?" And I'd be like, "Nah," but there is. So
I mean, the Newsquay value the arts. Yeah.
No, they don't. They really don't.
So
They want to surround themselves with beauty.
So you guys have made it in and out, although Newtown does seem to be crawling with warriors and orbitologists who aren't at the seminary and other people who might identify or say something or be weird. But the other normal tunnels have a lot less of those people.
Yeah, maybe we should go to Raidu Way.
Yeah, we're heading up that way anyway. If you're following me, because I had to head in that direction so that they didn't get suspicious.
Yeah, the party is like, you're walking around, you're chilling.
Are you sure we don't want to stop at the spaceport even a little bit? It's on the way.
We probably should get a look at it. Definitely.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Maybe crawling with sexy people? Yeah, you guys want to take a turn towards the spaceport?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a cheeky peeky at it, as the kids say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna make a scrutiny check for show.
Okay, so you guys arrive and you move towards it. You see there's a Praetorian guard turret on the wall. There's a little beam scanner. And yeah, there's some Veer who are drunkenly packing through the scanner and remarking and such very freely and clapping the New Squad adolescents on what they assume to be their backs. They do not take well to this. There is chittering sounds. The ID scanner guy is like, "Yeah, okay, we'll just buzz all of you through." Yeah, and they're like, We have come to revel with the herd. And he's like, "Yeah, that sounds great. Please have a good time." We're like, "And if anybody has stolen our shuttle when we get back, we shall find everyone they've ever loved." He grabs by the collar and make them watch as they die. And he's like, "Oh, have a great time." He puts a hand on something.
I'm gonna be like, "We have to steal their shuttle."
And
I was thinking the exact same thing. I think we found our target.
Yeah, Veer strapped with officer sabers and pulse rifles say, "Salutations to you, friends. We have come to drink." And they kind of
huzzah!
Friends,
Let the
you
drink
say?
flow and the woman be merry. I don't know if Veer care about women.
Well, I mean, some of them are women. You probably can't sex a Veer. I mean, you could if you were very nice.
Let the individuals of the gender or identity you prefer be merry.
It's let's drink and fuck. There we go.
Yeah.
See, calling it sexing a Veer makes me think that you do it like chickens, and you just kind of get a gut feeling about it. And you're like, "That one's a dude."
Okay, so
I'm
actually,
pretty sure for chickens you can just look at whether or not they have the floppy bits.
You can actually sex Veer more easily than most other species in the Change Stars universe, as they actually demonstrate a significant degree of sexual dimorphism.
Ooh.
Males are
As opposed to Newsguy, who choose their biological sex however they feel like it.
All right. Yeah.
Or Rast, who all present as twinks.
Out on the platform, but a significant distance from the doorway. It's kind of significant distance. You do see a closed-up shuttle. There's a you don't know if that's a fresh white coat of paint or just snow from the atmosphere. But it looks slightly run down and definitely Karen Marsh's sale to the Rast vintage. It
Oh,
has some
that's
aftermarket parts on it, including an obnoxious spoiler, which surely serves no purpose but to make obnoxious startup noises and let everyone know you're firing up your shuttle.
You
Right.
mean an exhaust, not a spoiler?
The ID scanner says, "I'm sorry, sir, we don't allow pedants through the scanner." But yeah, no. What do you guys
Either
want
one
to
of them's stupid and ridiculous, but one of them makes noises on startup, the other one doesn't.
do? So whatever would, yeah. But the News Squad adolescents and the ID scanner guy kind of look at you and say, "Hey, are you here to visit the spaceport?"
We're like, oh shit, we took a wrong turn. Still getting used to this place.
And they're like, "Aha, sure, yeah." And
And there we go. Let's leave.
Yeah, you
We're
got
headed
it.
through here now.
Yeah, you guys.
Well, we can hack something later and figure out what we can get into the spaceport.
All right, yeah. It's pretty easy to like pop up once. As you're coming here, you do hear like a familiar voice doing a parting of ways and saying, "Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow." And it sounds like a certain Rast you might have heard earlier today, but you don't see them, and you avoid going the tunnel direction that they are, I'm assuming, and make your way to Ride Way. But it sounds like they parted ways with someone here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys come upon a very a slightly more upbeat place. And you see the floor turns green, like money, and
Ooh.
Nice.
Wait, Arrival's green?
some of them.
Some of them.
Because I always figured they were like poker chips, and each chip had its own coloration.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that.
they do.
But some of them did. We can assume Scopum's is green or something. Yeah, you guys come upon Raidu Way. There's a burning blue Hyob sign to the south, speaking to alcohol, and through the doorway you can see that's the bar where the bartender chew. And to the north, a Newsquire merchant, crammed full of exotic things in a little corner. You notice there's plenty of Praetorian guard turrets around here, and a meat unit stands guard outside of like a shanty in a corner. Someone at a table, a Rast, says, "Hey, there's now a new special to buy 2 for 1 at the Meadery. She cans it, you cram it down your throat. The Meadery, right across from me," she points to north. "And remember, the Safe Exchange Terminal is a no backsies arrangement, or else." One of the Rasts standing next to her has its laser beam, it's quote unquote mine laser, spurring up a little, and the human merc cocks their pulse rifle. A bot here says, "Life support needs. Get all your life support needs here." Ding, ding. We also just lost
Alright,
your
let's
video
go to the
and
bar.
audio pack.
I need a drink.
I
Also, by
agree,
the way,
we
I've
should
been in
go
the
to bar.
process as we're walking around of reformatting the phone I got
Yeah, you have.
and adding all my hacking tools and shit to it,
Yeah.
and taking selfies. And updating my Twitter.
So here's the thing. So so the only comm server in town is the comms tower array that is controlled by the dominant group, by the Orbocracy. But you do know some people who will get you those hacking tools for the right fee. You happen to know that one of them is on Raidu Way, standing behind a curtain, or sitting behind a curtain. And a meet.
Oh, well, I'm probably gonna need more money before I can buy hacking tools, but good to know.
Maybe you can trade it favors or something, or at least figure out how much the price is so we can figure out what we need to do to get the money.
That's a good idea. Should we go to the bar first, or should I talk to the hacking tool person first? You guys go to the bar, and I go to the hacking tool person, and we meet up.
Sure, sounds good.
Sounds about right, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go to hacking tool lady. I'm gonna be like, boop, badoop, 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 badoop,
All right,
gonna go to the
the
bartender.
meat unit looks down at you, and you just hear zzz, zzz, organic. Approach in the appropriate form. Organic. Stay within these guided lines, or I will take great joy in murdering you. And you hear a Thren voice from within say, "Come in."
All right.
Oh my
I
god,
come
wait,
in.
is this Meat and Lee's character that Thren sends?
No, this is not Inithlia. Inithlia did not go on to be a hacker on Raidu Way.
It's also not 2B.
Uh,
2B is,
Yeah.
or well, it might be 2B. It's not F.
Yeah, just Lage. She's like, "Hey, I'm Laze, Jest Lage, and you are Blaze. Oh wow, I heard you kind of got blazed recently. Forgive the pun. Sorry, it's a coping mechanism. I'm
No,
not
that's
used to meeting
hilarious. I fucking
online
love it.
people. Oh, that's so wonderful. So, hi, what brings you to my little abode? Obviously, you have your own skills, but, like, if there's any, files you need, like, between you and me, I recently downloaded these set of, like, aerobics holograms by some Martian indigenous individuals, and I mean,
Ooh. Ooh, how much do those go for?
she's like, well, I mean, files want to be free between friends. But if you want anything more serious, it might cost a pretty Raidu. This little corner of itself would look like a free squat, but I kind of have to pay the merchant guilds.
Yeah, I'm picking
a
up
cut.
what you're laying down. I'm hearing your thunder. I'm seeing your lightning. Now, let's talk shop.
For sure.
I like these workout videos you're talking about. We'll get back to those.
Mhm,
But, I did,
Tutorial
your
channel.
intel's good. I recently ran into some troubles. Troubles are over. Things are not in my possession, however. I would like to acquire some new hacking tools onto this phone of legitimate acquisition.
She's like, oh, sure, wink, haha. Yeah, I've totally been there before. Well, so, like, I have all of the standard rootkits and everything, and obviously files want to be free, and I want to just let you have them. But
Of
I have to
course.
pay the merchant
I'm picking up
guild
what
for
you're
this
laying down.
corner, so, like, I mean, between you and me, like, you probably didn't pay anyone for that phone. Not judging, but it's about worth, like 40, probably 40 Raidus, so, or 4 Lux. So, if you happen to have some Raidus on you, like, maybe we could make that happen.
Well, I hate to break it to you. I hate to lay down the news in this environment in this way, because you're such a nice person and I respect you as a person. Hate to
Mhm.
break your heart like this, but I'm fucking broke. However,
Ooh.
as I'm sure you're aware,
Mhm.
I'm a man of many skills and much acquisitional ability.
Hmm.
Perhaps a exchange of services could be arranged.
Actually, she looks at her computer, she looks back at you, and she's like, okay, but are you good at booking and entering? Like, physically?
I got some people.
Okay, because, like, I might have a special job for you, but, like, only because we're friends and I know you, and this is, like, a really low down, and I'm sorry, but I can't front you anything more than my door hacker program for this one.
You know what? I respect the hustle. I respect the game. The girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Girl power. You know what I say?
Thank you so much. Yes, that in Thran culture we refer to like general unity, but I understand that there's a long history of sexism in your society, which requires this. Course correction.
Ras society ain't got no sexism.
She's like-
Everyone's a sexy otter twink.
She's
That's
like,
humans you're thinking of.
she's like, oh right, sorry, that was very inappropriate of me, and I apologize deeply. But yes, so crime. Yeah.
Yes, the crime. Let's do the crimes.
Crime. There is a
Describe to me the crimes which you want me to do.
Okay, so like.
Make sure to speak into my lapel. I'm kidding.
So let me be clear here. As a parody in a video game,
Yes,
I would
of
like
course.
you to go to the apartment of Scoo Braddello and upload spyware to his personal medbed.
Oh
Perfect.
God.
Consider it done. I'm a big fan of the way you operate.
Okay, thank you so much, and I will get you the programs. And you know what? I'll kick you a little on like what I'm gonna get paid for that. And like, what about 100 Raidus?
You know what? Sounds juicy.
Excellent. Now I
I
understand.
can't negotiate for shit. I'm not
No.
even gonna try.
Now I don't know if you like to it's okay if you don't like to be touched, but like in my culture, sometimes we do this thing where, like we cross hands and hold, and we just like share a moment of silence together on like embarking on a journey together. Which crime is a journey if you think about it, because you don't want to wind up at a bad destination. So
That's a good point. I'm super. That's rad as hell. That's dope. That's lit, fam. Let's fucking do it.
she crosses her hands like an X formation and like holds your hands. And if your friend was here, she might recognize that there was like a basis in like Thren war dancing and like spirituality and the flow of energy. That's like it's sort of like a commingling of purposes is symbolized through this action. But yeah, they're not. So you walk into a fucking bar. Some people are playing Pong on the central computer. People are drinking. People are eating. People having did only Frisker walk into the bar? Oh no, there's already at the seats. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I like to
went
imagine
the
them playing.
bar,
Are they playing
went
like
to the
actual
bar
like
to
Atari
greet my
Pong?
friend privately.
Amazing.
So, Bottle Bum Bop, or B3 as they're sometimes known, or 3B if you prefer, says, "Hey, well, if it isn't some of my favorite guai, and you've got friends. I love friends. What'll I do? What can I do for you? Looking for a drink? You came to the right place."
Mm-hmm. Among other things, but yes, a drink night first would be nice.
Yeah, why didn't the guards leave like a very convenient crate labeled "Open this and you'll get all your gear back" right outside? Bottle Bum Bop's like, "Hey, well, you know, we've got cave.
Why isn't this Skyrim? Just Skyrim logic for your games.
We've got cave slop for 5 Raidus, and let me tell you, it hits. And if you want something else, the price sheet is up behind me. And the price sheet is up behind B3. And if you'd like a bottle of vermouth from Artandrin, that'll be about 2,000 Raidus. I presume you don't.
How much
Vermouth?
does water
2,000
cost?
Raidus?
Yeah, like we don't have any money unless Chewie found some on the way here.
Well, you see, it's actually a special organism only found naturally on that planet that it's made from. I digress.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Well, I'm just wondering because, like, I mean, shit. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit in Raidu, and if Earth's all fucked up, I can understand it being very expensive and rare. But who the fuck is gonna pay 2,000 Raidus for vermouth? Get it better. Just don't use it. Not worth it.
amazing. Yeah. Point is, taste and alcohol aside, like you can get like a regular drink for like 5, or you can get the Pisvasa of the Galaxy, Pontiff's Red, for it's normally 10, but it's only 5 here.
I don't.
Oh,
I do
wow.
see.
I didn't expect the Trinity product to be cheaper. Outside
Such
of
a
the
long
Trinity.
discussion of prices that we don't have any money to buy anyway.
All right.
They're just like humming in the background, like tap, tap, tap. Let's go.
Yeah, so Battle Bam Bop is kind of hoping you'll buy a drink first because he does like to get business. But, you know, you're a friend, Chew, so you might be able to bypass that classic stage.
So,
Would
so
you like
listen.
a potato?
You know, I'm not really peckish right now, friend. He looks you up and down and says, "Oh wow. Is this a recent removal from society, or?"
Yeah, I ran into some people were quite rude to me, and it was very unfortunate. But fortunately,
Like he was talking about the
I
Ronin.
completely
It's rude to
legally am
ask.
now wandering the streets once again.
My apologies. Shouldn't ask. As a bartender, I'm here to listen, not ask. Yeah, you know, about you're truly a guy about the streets, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So tell me, what can a rash of the bar do for a guy of the streets? What's going on? Just do Zirin. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What can I do for you?
So my friends here
Yeah.
we're wondering,
Mhm.
or we're in need of going out into the wild, and we was wondering where we might acquire the sort of things necessary to do that. You know,
Well,
some sort of ship would be nice, or
well, a ship ain't gonna be easy to come across. You might find someone willing to sell a spare shuttle, perhaps, for like a proper vessel. Well, ooh, he kind of like looks like he's thinking about something. He doesn't know whether or not he wants to tell you about it. But what he does say is, if you're looking to go overland, I know there's a few Dillos for sale.
Oh. That would actually be very convenient.
He's like, yeah, well, yeah, I know that there's one that's going for a real steal, only 10 grand.
Ah. Yes.
But if you want a shuttle, I mean, you're gonna need to add a digit if you wanna buy someone's shuttle.
Of course.
Affirmative.
What about the non-boring way to do things? Is there any kind of crazy contest, bet, dangerous person who leaves their shuttle in an area? Like,
He's like,
Good
man,
stuff.
he
we
leans
all
forward.
get normal minimum
leans
wage
forward.
jobs to save up and then buy a ticket on the planet.
He lowers his voice and says in kind of like a whispering tone. He's like, that might be the kind of information I share with people who have bought a drink normally. He says, looking at you. But you can give me a if you want to smooth that over. But
Come on, you know I'm going to buy a drink. Our wallet was just making a stop before he came, or before we got here.
give me a communicate.
There's something weirdly sexual about calling me your wallet.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of...
I'm not saying I'm not here for it.
Yeah,
I'm going to use some my next sexy stamina. There we go.
Well, yeah, I mean, stunt as you will with that.
You know me.
But Battle Band Bob's like, Chew, I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. Anyway, so let's just say a ship went down real near here, real recent, and there's not great telemetry around here. You know, could have crashed anywhere, but I have the coordinates, and it's a really big find, and I was going to auction them off. But if you cut me in, then I can tell you where it is, and you can get out there, get it, and if you have the right kind of mechanic, you might be able to get it back up again. Or if not, a little ditty tells me its shuttle didn't launch before it went down.
Oh. How interesting. Very much appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, shuttles and junkers and things that can make atmospheric reentry land at the spaceport. We don't have a satellite or anything, so we don't get as many dockings as we might. Neither here nor there. And aside from that, the only semi-regular landings that happen are, well, nobody regularly lands at the palace, but I guess that's where the head honcho's ship is. If you're feeling like raiding the palace, and please don't, that would be very bad. Other than that, Hamina Heavy Industries Factory has regular, well, normally a cargo lighter will fly up to the to nearby freighters, but they have a shuttle. Doesn't see much use, but they have one.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty heavily armored for a shuttle. You know, comes with the territory.
Interesting.
But
in terms of what we know about the agreement with Deep Brazil, like, would they care if we showed up with something like obviously stolen from here? Like, is that part of their treaty?
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you stole,
If we stole the ship from the palace, that would probably...
if you stole the High Orbentate's own vessel, you can expect, and you flew over the Mariah and they let you in, you can expect a war. If you find a ship that happened to crash, and you happen to get it, and you happen to leave with it, well, that's kind of how the High Orbitate thinks things should go. So you're probably not really going to cause a diplomat.
I say we get the shuttle, leave the scraps for everybody else, and go over to the hive. And let them help us with transportation out.
I mean, I'm not even here.
Yeah, so are you gonna ask?
So
I would say around this time. By around this time, you walk in.
I walk in, I'm like,
information on where that might
bada
be.
bing, bada boom. How's it going, guys?
Hey, so
I'm that awkward friend who has to stand behind everyone else because all the bar seats are taken.
I'm like, hey, look, I'll stand behind you. You're my stool.
I get to sit at the bar.
that's very important because you're paying for a drink for me.
Okay, I look at the cheapest drink on the menu. It's probably the Red Baron or whatever, right?
So it's Pontiff's Red from the tap.
Yeah, I'll get you one of those.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. friend.
The beer
It's 5.
bubbles up with the
Red
weekend.
ooze.
The dink. He's like, yeah, sure, friend. And so you're gonna cut me in on that salvage deal, like 50-50, see?
That sounds appropriate in the manner.
Okay, I pull over to Whisper, like, I'm confused. If we're just taking the thing and flying it, how, like, 50-50 of what?
This whatever the leftovers.
Oh,
I believe we will have to retrieve it somehow.
You can roll insight. I would say you know that B3 assumes that you will liquidate various things that it has, and whatever its cargo was, and wants half of the cut from
Okay,
that.
That makes sense.
That's what that's what B3 is assuming.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
he also says you're also going to need something else. I have it on good authority that it was shot down on accordance of what transponder it was using. So if you take back off with the same transponder, or in range of the air defense turrets, while you do not have air defense turret in range of the air defense turrets while you're going dark, something bad might happen.
That's
Thank you for the
Bad.
information. I believe.
All right. We will do this for you, but you owe me one. All right.
Sure.
Or
So where is this thing located?
He's like, well, I mean, you got like a slate or something that I can like, give you the coordinates on.
Yes.
That's
Oh, I pull out the one working comm box the party has.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, factory default 0214 on the local. Yeah, let me pass you on that. He like taps the little order menus like touchscreen thing at the desk, and you get a buzz notification on your comm box, and you just got a little message, and it's a long lat for this planet, and yeah, it's a little ways out of town. It would be quite the hike. You might prefer to drive.
Thank you,
All right.
friend.
Unless you want to spend
I'm
a
also
day.
gonna turn to the party, and I'm gonna be like, "Good business." I'm gonna kind of like do a huddle. I'm gonna be like, "Everyone, I found a way to get me some hacking tools. It's a real quick and easy job."
Oh.
I'm
and
like,
is that?
how quick?
Well, I mean, all we gotta do is break into an apartment and plant some software. Easy street. Do this shit all the time.
Okay, because we've already got to get this thing. We're gonna have to go find a way to get a vehicle for this thing. We're gonna have to find a transponder. Like, this is turning into a whole thing.
Yeah, and once I get hacking tools, I can just boop, boop, boops, and all these things will show up. Don't gotta worry about nothing once I got my beep boops.
Perfect. That's even better.
So all we gotta do is a real easy job. Real easy. All we gotta do is break into the apartment of the person who's
When he talks about their
partner
hackers,
breaking
I
into.
don't know why none of them go outside.
What's the name of the person we're breaking into the apartment of, Lee?
Goo. It's the person who tried to get us out.
Scoo
Oh,
Bragello.
Yeah.
Scoo Bragdillo.
I'm like, well, it seems odd that he keeps coming up. But on the other hand, I mean, he seems like he gets people in the gladiatorial ring. I don't feel terrible stealing from this person. Or
Yeah.
not stealing, just incepting, giving the gift of
any
a virus spies on him.
Technically, it's just
Giving.
digital
That's
trespassing.
right.
It's a misdemeanor in most places.
Well, I mean, but if we have to go inside, then we're also physically trespassing. Let's
Yeah,
just
that's
let's
felony
just go.
breaking and entering. But after that, it's just all
We've
I'm
already been in
doing
prison for the
is
crime of-
misdemeanor trespassing and the misdemeanor digital trespassing.
All right. So let's head there then, I suppose. Well, we try to, and then we figure out transportation and fix up the thing and hop back here. Liquidate cargo. Should be relatively easy enough, and then we can hop over to your job, your guys'
Seriously,
job.
you know where it is.
Yeah, just
you have the actual keys
yeah.
of the apartment, or just that it's his apartment.
Yeah.
Just Lage will have been like, I updated your. Oh, let me mark it on your map, and it's marked on your map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's marked on my map.
All right.
It is in Lil Scop, which is very near where you are.
Very cool.
So
Perfect.
I figure I run interference outside and not step anywhere near the doorway because I have the maneuver of a trampling rhino.
I'm honestly surprised. Like, do you have neurological defects? New Squire normally so limber.
Oh, I'm very
I mean,
fast.
like,
I'm just not very good at hiding. I'm very in
Hey,
the
he's
open
worked
with
with
my,
me. It's
with
a
my
neurological defect right there.
I will also say,
and I look at Blaze and I'm like, are you wearing 2 pairs of sunglasses now?
as you sit,
I'm like, don't worry about it. I got these little sunglasses from the apartment.
as you sit down
And
at
I'm
the
like, oh, that
bar,
reminds me, I got armor for you, Chewie.
Oh,
You want it.
nice. Now I feel
Pull out
even
some
more like a
pads.
raging rhino.
Sunglass Dustin. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, we're sleepy.
well, you feel like you could probably do like this job, but then like it is like getting like late, like so like the sun is going down. So on the one hand, like that probably means he's gone home, or you don't know if he goes home or not, but one assumes.
Well, if he's
I mean,
home,
he
that's probably a
probably
bad time to
does.
break in. If I don't want to think about burglary.
Yeah. So I say let's rest up, and let's go in when he leaves. We scope it out. I just chill in.
Where are we going to sleep? We've got what, like 22 Raidus now?
20 on the dot.
20 Raidus.
Yeah.
With my knowledge of Raidu evaluation, being harassed, and knowing those things, how much is like a cheap, shitty hotel room?
Probably more than $20.
Yeah.
That'd be 1 lux. I feel like it's more than 1 lux.
Yeah. Accommodations
Are
to
there
like
any
stay somewhere.
unguarded bath, like I don't know, like behind a trash can or something? Areas.
No, I refuse.
All right, so like okay, it's low demand squalor. That's 8 a person.
Oh yeah, we do have a chart for that.
I mean, we could get half of us into a place.
Yeah, or I'm like, well, can't you like hack a hotel and get us a reservation?
Ooh, good idea.
Oh, yeah.
I do that.
Okay, so
Better idea.
you see that there is like a pod place. It's kind of like a pod hostel, a podstel, if you will.
Yeah,
And,
Postal.
The podstel. The podstel is on the east end of the Mineway Market. And
All right.
they
Here's the play. Here's how we're gonna do this. Here's my plan. And everyone listen up, because this shit's gonna be good. You can tell it's good because I'm wearing 3 pairs of sunglasses. All right. So what we do here is someone goes up to the desk and starts demanding the reservation we totally have. As you're doing all the demand, and I go to like a kiosk or a plug-in or some shit, and I hack us a reservation. And you keep demanding, no, it's totally there, refresh, and then eventually it'll show up. And that's where you keep the eyes away from what I'm, the beat boops, I'm beat boop.
I have a better idea than that. Rather than demanding a reservation that they can just check and it's not there at first, you go and you ask them about you without saying whether or not you have a reservation. I go up to the desk and I ask them about their accommodations. And I just keep on asking them random questions about very specific things about their accommodations until you give me the thumbs up, and then you say, "All right, so." And then I say, "All right, so I booked I booked rooms through or digitally when
For
when I
X
arrive."
name that I put in, yeah. Okay, I like your plan. It's a good plan.
Yeah.
Picking up what you're laying down. That's rad. That's radical. That's so wizard. That's so wizard.
God.
Excellent.
Okay, so you guys you talk about your plan, and you determine your plan, and I'm assuming you head across the Mineway Markets.
You know
You
it.
move through some tight tunnels. The glowing of heat tubes barely keeps you, like above freezing. You arrive outside the podstel. It's artificial white glow evident, and you've got yourself outside the podstel, and there's just sort of like an orderly synth standing right outside. Or not outside, but in, like, and you see some people are in their pods. Like, it's like there's, like, a curtain, and, like, it's, like, barely off a tunnel, and it's nothing fancy. It's nothing fancy to, like, swiftly bring it into existence.
All right. I approach the front desk.
Well, first, before we even go into the front desk, like, access points, what do we got?
Like, computer
I mean,
access?
presumably, are also, like, it's like a hotel Wi-Fi can connect to and just, you know, SQL inject or some shit from there.
So you have the Freaker talent.
I do have the Freaker talent.
So you could just use the Freaker talent for what it's supposed to do, which is allow you to not need a physical connection to hack.
Perfect, I do that. I'm just gonna, you know, like, be in the background of the,
Amazing.
playing Candy Crush or some shit, but really, I'm hacking the system.
All right.
And,
And,
well,
yeah,
I
yeah,
go
yeah,
up
yeah.
to the synth and I just start asking about asking a whole bunch of very specific and detailed questions about the accommodations.
Yeah, it's like welcome.
Because I require very specific salinity levels in my pod for when I'm sleeping, and, you know, and these salts are preferable to these salts, and so I was wondering
the
if
orderly
you could
synth
have
just
a-
goes,
these salts-
"Welcome to the Podstall, your very own hole in the wall, most affordable rates." And it doesn't seem very well equipped to talk to you about this stuff, but
I am just keeping on. I'm still going with the plan. I'm keeping on asking and keeping on asking about these things.
yeah. So give me
Because
a
it doesn't matter whether or not I
Yeah.
get answers to this,
and,
because all it matters is I am being distracting.
and you've given them the communicate, right? Or give,
No, I have not yet done a communicate.
all
I will
right.
do that now.
And I
Yeah.
will do my systems.
I communicate the heck out of it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
also do a decent job, but freak out a little bit.
All right. So that's a 6. You fall over as that happens. And
Amazing. Amazing.
yeah, you managed to obtain.
And I am going to bring this character from neutral to friendly. It now likes me, as I say. So, yeah, as I get the thumbs up and say, so yeah, I have reservations here under the name of blah blah blah.
It dings and says, "New reservation detected. Yes, you have reservations here." And
By the way, I set the reservations up for like a week, just in case we need it again.
sure. With that, you can come into the back and like slide into a sleeping pod.
Nice.
Yeah, let's pod up, boys.
Pod, sweet pod.
Mm.
Oh my pod, you guys.
Oh my pod, you guys.
Yeah, you guys pod up.
If there ever was a perfect hotel, this would qualify. Oh my pod, you guys.
Oh my pod, you guys. Oh my pod, you guys.
I'ma drive to your individual houses to smack you.
All right. With that, yeah, you guys.
Pro hacker mode's over, by the way. I'm back down to 1 glasses.
All right.
Well, I will switch the glasses.
Yeah, you guys.
I take a good night's sleep. I set the salinity as well as I can, and then take a good night's sleep.
All right. Okay. So. Yeah. So you guys go down to. Let me just be sure I'm like not clowning on us here, but you go up to full stamina.
Yay!
Which I think the only person who needed that was our new squad friend. And
Yeah, I didn't actually take any damage from this.
and your edge is fully reduced, so you're at 0 edge.
Yeah.
What?
I needed that.
Yeah, you know, it's really good to get the edge off.
That's no
Mhm.
fair. I like my edge. I was building up to 8 so I could automatic.
Well,
could
you
I-
can
could
you can
edge
stunt. You can stunt an edge. You can stunt +1 edge per test.
I know. I've been doing that.
Nice. All right. So
Crazy.
you guys relax and have a nice time. You awaken in the morning to find that there are some like like human types who are looking a little bit shadier, and they're just like, oh yeah, we'd like pods, and they're.
Okay, sorry. Like it's midnight. Are we gearing up for another mini arc or winding down? I need to adjust my expectations.
I think we're just gonna leave off on what you guys' like plan is, and then
Okay.
I don't think we're hitting the apartment tonight.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, with that, you guys, basically, well, yeah. So like, what's the plan? Basically, you're gonna go like scope the apartment and then bust in.
I mean, yeah, like we don't know anything about the apartment, and
Yeah, we're gonna
we
bust
can't
around.
until we look at it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Give me. If you guys want to do a casual morning pass, you guys could all give me a scrutiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a scrutiny.
I'll also give you a
I'm
scrutiny.
actually good at that.
I do better.
I'm
Ah,
very good.
never mind.
That is the only thing.
Wait,
I
did
am
we
good at.
each have one more die than the next?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, though. And also one more success than the next.
Those extra dice really paid off. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so here is all right, so you guys walk in, and this little scop. Most of the doors are Rast sized. Hey, Party Rep Games, not like full person size.
Shit.
However, determination, mindfulness, tranquility, Omne, you like sniff around to a corner where you find something interesting. You find a door and a vent, which link up with what you think should be the apartment. And you see there's like laser tripwires and like an electrified looking door and like some wires in the
Laser
box.
tripwires, electrified
As well as-
door. This sounds like a job for a sexily dressed live rast.
As well as a yes, it does. Hey, by the way, hey, insane sale. Yeah, you see the little there's like a grate, there's a door, there's like other shit, there's a tripwire. Everybody else, you see there's a doorway, but Blaze, you overhear two. You managed to like blend in and overhear two Rast as they're on their way, saying, "Oh yeah, did you see the neighbor at the end of the way has a Praetorian Guard turret opened, like right onto the doorway? You're like, yeah, what a friendly welcoming map to have, right? You're like, well, I guess when you're in the arena business, you never know when someone's trying to bust in."
Okay, definitely you should go in the side door, friendos.
Yeah.
I've always said enter through the back door. It's way less messy.
And I'm like, quick hack,
Oh.
huh?
Oh, also, there's a Rast synth that's just like standing guard, like in like the
God.
hallway out here. It looks like it's like a neighborhood watch Rast synth, not particular affiliation. But yeah, this is like
Not affiliated with anyone, you say?
that's all the outside information you guys get, and I think with that we call it as you guys.
Oh, wait,
Oh.
wait.
Hmm?
Where does this vent connect to?
You think it goes into his apartment?
Okay.
You want? Wait. Hold on. Yeah, that's a good point. You can sidle around. Actually, there's like some pipes and stuff in the way. You're like moving through like a dank like area you're not familiar with. Give me a maneuver.
Okay. And good. I'm gonna do the thing where I
Psychic.
go up an edge and try it again. And probably fuck it up. Yep, and
Down
fuck
to
it up.
stamina, up an edge.
Amazing. Fuck my life. Amazing.
D4 +1.
Yeah.
You keep it together,
Keep
though.
it together. You can return and have Blaze scout if you'd like.
I think I do.
Blaze, give me a maneuver.
Oh, okay, yeah, got you. Maneuver.
All right, with this,
I
I'm going to
did.
say, Blaze, you can lead the party to the tunnels. I'm assuming there's no party member who feels like they really don't want to be in the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Should I be in the tunnels or should I be out front? This is up to you guys.
You might as well come to the tunnels.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we leave off with the party has
Excellent.
just figured their way around to this point, and I will throw you guys down here, and yeah, we'll deal with everything else next time. Thank you all for coming out. This has been a wonderful
Yeah, thank you.
beginning to a mini campaign. I think it's gonna fit well inside the mini slot format. I'm gonna exclamation mark links if you want to come by. Thank you for rating Party Wipe Games. Is TTA live?
Yes, they are. I don't know how long, but
Oh, gee, I'll try and pop us over. We're not doing feedback phase for this campaign, but we're happy to discuss in the Discord and elsewhere mechanics of the game system because it's obviously coming to fruition soon, and that should bear itself out over the course of this game. And because this is a campaign, I'm gonna give everybody fucking
And experience.
plus 5 XP.
At least.
XP.
So you have 5 XP to spend.
Maybe not something and try leveling.
But yeah, thank you for coming out to watch, Q Prime. Thank you, everyone. We're gonna raid Tabletop Anthologies. Remember, as Deckard says, you're either benefit or hazard. So be a benefit. Dream on, dreamers. We're raiding TTA.
You're either a benefit or a hazard. Also, I played Indiana Jones.
what?
Also, I like this gig better than Star Wars. All right, and we've got 12 viewers ready to go, and yeah, thank you all for coming through. Even though I said 13, 15, and 17, so who knows what number we're going through with, but thank you all for coming out.
Remember, don't eat poisonous bugs. They make your stomach upset.
All right,